Okay, let's get this started. Sorry about that. Once I remember where everything is. Sorry, just give me a moment. It's been kind of a hectic morning with work. Good. Oh God. Good morning and hello, chat. How are all of you? I had everything prepared today actually for Pride Month, and I forgot that it's not June yet. I don't know. Time just moves slowly for me, but happy Pride Month. You know my policy on this channel is always whatchamacallit. You're free to be who you want to be, and you should be allowed to be who you want to be. You should be happy to be who you want to be, and you should be who you want to be without any fears, right? And so, to me, a safe space for someone, for everyone, is a safe space for everybody. Otherwise, if nobody feels safe, or some people don't feel safe, it means that no one actually feels safe. That's important for me. So, happy early Pride Month. I thought it was today. Had a bunch of things prepared for it. There's like cool visual effects. I then also realized too that maybe like a undulating rainbow colored like flush background is probably gonna cause like a whatchamacallit. What's the condition called? An epileptic attack. So I maybe figured I had to fix it too. So good morning. Yeah, it's not morning. I woke up a long time ago. I was just busy with work. But it's my morning because this is when I'm first drinking coffee. I try to do work off of coffee to get used to the idea of doing work off of coffee. I'm very dependent on coffee for doing work. I don't really want to be, so. But boy oh boy, it's hard. You're someone who likes my wife. Listen, my wife is my wife, alright? She's my Amazonian queen, chat. But thank you, and welcome to today. Today's gonna be a bit scuffed. I'll be like on, off, here and there, just sort of like available, not available. I need to respond to messages at the same time. As well, we'll be going through a bunch of interesting things today, okay? So what's on the docket for today? What's on the plans for today? State of Play happened. PlayStation State of Play. A lot of really cool things that I actually were interested in when I heard about it. And so we'll be watching those live together. I know it's React content. I know it's React Andy, but it's like tangentially related to games that we're going to play in the stream at some point. And also things that I'm going to like add. But, you know, I think it's fine just because it is tangentially related to like games versus like me just watching someone's video on YouTube wholesale and just basically stealing their like, content. But even then, it's kind of, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. Then we're moving on to the fish game. Endless Ocean Luminous. The Switch is ready to go. Test it. Sounds good. It plays nice. Very nice. Found an old MMO of mine that I used to play a long time ago. Not really an MMO. Still alive. I was very surprised by it, so we're gonna check it out today as well. Then afterwards, we're going to be doing maybe Crypt Master if I have time. So we'll have to see. Did I call it Crypt Warden again? No, okay, good. But yeah, in between things, I'll have to send messages. So if you hear me pause for a long time, that's kind of why. Like now, actually. Right now. Okay, pause over. Sorry for that. So, as I mentioned, I'll be busy back and forth sending some messages. You know what I realized, chat, sending these messages? I don't know how to interact with people anymore. I have been in a very different working state for a very long time. And when I work, it's not who I am, right? I think this is sort of like a true thing for most people. When you work, you put on almost like an airs of sorts. You become like a persona and you wear a mask in order to sort of like do certain roles, right? Like at my job, I'm known as like the confident, cool, sexy, and probably very imaginative programmer who makes up a bunch of like random words that don't actually fit the descriptor. But I have to act like a certain way in order to get certain things going. It's just sort of the reality of like office politics. That's not to say that I'm like treating it like, say, Office Space, and I'm like the guy, I'm like Lumber taking Milton Staple or like something, right? Basically, I'm just a person who's just there who has to act very technically competent, but also who has to be very like down to brass tacks business. who has to who like off hours I can have fun, but it's like I don't remember how I act off hours because of I've been working remotely for a while now on many different things, and so the problem is that like I don't remember what it means to have fun anymore. Fun has been extinguished from my life, and I don't know what to do. So the problem is that besides my wife, I don't talk to people, or like I don't go out and like meet people. I think the last time that I met someone was like at their wedding, and then for my friend's birthday. That was it. I never bothered any other time. Did the circumstances, sure, but even then, it's like at work, off hours, it was nice to meet new people, talk to them, and get like a practice on like how to like interact as like a human being. Listen, I'm a very awkward person, IRL. This may surprise you considering how I may act, but with close friends, I feel much more comfortable. But in reality, I'm extremely shy and awkward, so I have no clue what to do. I've been practicing though, and so maybe at some point in the future, because I'm waiting for a game to come out to like do this, we're actually gonna get a stream pen pal. As far as I can tell from emails back and forth with the website, they're fine with it as long as I'm respectful about it, so it should be okay. But the problem is that I need to find somebody who's willing to also be like live on stream, who would be okay having a pen pal while also trying to learn the language. So it's gonna be a lot of fun when this game releases, and when I find somebody like that, it's gonna be interesting. Okay, chat. But yeah, that's just sort of like a long-term future plan. But it's something that I realized would be fun for us to do because I recognize that being social is hard for many of us. I think here. I mean, Twitch in general invites very different kinds of people, but my chat in particular, I think, gives me people that are very similar to me. And I think you can also, like, you can smell it off of me, right? In a weird way, you can be like, oh yeah, this guy has no clue what to say when somebody walks up to him at like 4 p.m. and it says, hey, how's the weather? Right? You know I stammer. You know I stammer. You know what's gonna happen. So, that's just the reality of it. Sniffer. Welcome to Sniffer. Wait, am I still actually... Do I sound okay even? Wait, I actually have no clue what I sound like. Hello. Yeah, it's fine. So, it is nice to see you all. As I mentioned before, today we're going to be going through State of Play first. So, State of Play, if you don't know, is PlayStation's event where they show off like new games and new things coming down. New things? Sorry, I've been talking in like 2 different languages for so long. It's my words and my accents are getting confused among each other. That have been coming down the pipeline. It's interesting to sort of see this happen because Sony in general has made good and bad business decisions that feels like they're both on the cusp of understanding what's going on, and it feels like they're being carried by the people who make games for their platform versus necessarily them making their own good choices. And I see this actually, and you can see this right now in terms of like what the life cycle of a PS5 is. Okay, they've made about 60, I think, million in sales, and then the PS4 had like 121. Sorry, not in like dollar sales, in unit sales. PS4 had like 121 million in sales. So for the half-life of like the PS5, that's pretty good. However, in terms of the games available for the PS5, we aren't getting any really new games until maybe like the end of 2024 to the end of 2025, right? At least the major titles that everyone's looking forward to, I think. Otherwise, you have Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I mean, I'm sure a lot of people bought it for that, but in general, hasn't really been much of a good draw. And so State of Play is really, I think, for this year in particular, it feels like it's their time to show like, hey, there's still a force to be reckoned with in terms of like what offerings they have on the market compared to their competitors. Because I don't know if you've noticed this, but Xbox, Microsoft, has actually been going for a PC inclusive approach to their games. They actually don't care about console exclusives anymore. I actually don't know any like Xbox exclusives that were coming out anytime recently, which is an interesting approach. However, I think they can do that because they're owned by Microsoft, right? Because they own the predominant primary market share operating system for gaming. I think that's why they're able to like do this. Otherwise, I think they would also have to go the way of Sony. Sony, by comparison, doesn't make an operating system, and so what they have is just a console that people have to buy to want to play games, right? And so it's hard. It's hard to just like do like a PC inclusive strategy when that ultimately sort of like eats away at your profits. And so I'm gonna be interested to see how the State of Play goes. And in terms of bad business, this is not the only bad business news that I've heard. I've heard McDonald's has also been going down. I've heard they're worried about sales and they're recognizing that sales are going down. And I'm kind of glad for that because I don't know how it is elsewhere, but in Canada, you go to McDonald's, okay? Actually, let's pull up the site. Let's pull up the site. This is why we have technology. This is why we have the ability to screen share. Okay, that's all programming tabs. Wait, let me find the window. I have like 5 different windows. I have a window, by the way, that's called that has a tab open that says the most handsome Japanese song I ever know. I don't know what that means. I have no clue what that means. I just know that somebody like decided that that was a good title. Let's see. Okay, okay, maybe save that here. Okay, save that here. Okay, save that here. Okay, and then here we go. Okay, and then we go over to McDonald's Canada. Sony's business strategy was always to be a DVD player. Yes, that's actually yes. It's how they distance themselves from Nintendo and Sega. Yep. And in fact, this is also true all the way up until I think the PS3. The PS3 was like the cheapest Blu-ray player in the entire world. Like it was so cheap to get a Blu-ray DVD player. The thing is though is that I'm curious what the strategy was for the PS4. I think they want to go all in for the PS4 and the PS5 on a more digital angle because now they're selling consoles with no disc slot. Like there is no hardware that people need anymore. It's all online, and so they've kind of lost their like angle in terms of like their hardware superiority as well. They have no way to lean into their other business ventures because Sony is not just games. Like Sony is actually also, I'm pretty sure Sony primarily is not games. I'm pretty sure that like SIE, Sony Interactive Entertainment, the gaming division is a very small portion of their full like not GDP. What's the term? I guess like revenue, right? Like most of their stuff is primarily in like the hardware that they sell. It's very little games in general. But then it seems most people go no exclusive. Probably makes more money to have the game on most platforms. For developers, I think so too. Yeah, at least for now, I think it's just a very hard sell for developers to like want to create a game that is like on a single platform because it's like, why would you want to when you could just have, you know, your game on multiple platforms and basically get like, you know, 2x sales, 3x sales, 4x sales, like as much sales as you want, basically, versus staying on like a single console. It fell down with the PS3 because it was terrible architecture. We made it hard to program for. Yes, it was Cell, right? Yeah, I remember reading the technical specs for Cell, and the only people who actually knew how to use Cell, actually, this is very interesting to me to find out. The only people who like knew how to use it very well, or like knew how to use it at all, was the U.S. military. Like, you have to be a. That's how hard it was to use. Was that only the military, which gets like a lot of money for free from U.S. taxes, was able to actually make that thing work. Because otherwise, for everyone else, it was like, why would they bother, right? When x86, which is like 32-bit, and then x64, which is 64-bit, and then like those two were basically standard across the world. And now ARM is becoming standard too because of like its use and ubiquity in like phones and how much Apple has been pushing it, right? But aside from those three, it's like those three have been around for a long time. They're already there. Everyone knew about them. And then the PS3 came out of nowhere and it said, hey, we developed the new Cell. How do you use it? We don't know. Figure it out. They literally said, we don't know. Figure it out. And the best part was that the documentation actually represented this. If you go through their docs, there's a lot of really interesting quirks and things about the system that are very difficult to understand that they don't tell you about because it's impossible to know. Like, it's like, you have to just test it and see if it works, right? But yeah, at least the PS3 had the Blu-ray player going for them. And as you mentioned, the PS2 was a DVD player and the PS1 as well. That backwards compatibility was also huge. And then the PS4, I don't really know what the draw of it was. To be honest, like I have a PS4, and I only got it for like the exclusive games that were on there. But without those games, I don't know why I would ever get it, right? Like I get it for like say Demon Souls or Bloodborne or Sekiro or Ghost of Tsushima, and all of a sudden Ghost of Tsushima is on PC, right? And then we get Elden Ring, which is a PC release, which I think was a simultaneous release at the same time too. And so it's like, what's the point of getting a console now for me? And then the PS5 furthers that sort of question because the PS5 sells versions of it that has no disc slot. And so it's like, okay, well, what's the point? And then when you buy a game from a store, it just gets you a code now that you just enter into the store. You don't even get like a disc anymore. And so it's like, what's the point of the console now? There's still a market for it, obviously, right? For people who don't want to spend money on a PC, because the truth is, for the price that you get for a PS5, it's pretty competitive, and it's also easy to understand for most people compared to getting like a whole PC and figuring out, okay, well, where do I gotta plug stuff in? And I know it's easy for us because it's what we deal with. But if you ever look at like a motherboard on its own, like here, let's just pull up like a motherboard. Let's pull up like an Asus gigabytes motherboard. I don't know what's like a top motherboard. Is this a top? The Z790. I've heard decent things about it. Z790A Horus. I am the Horus Orifice. Isn't Horus like some dude from Warhammer? Like if you look at this and you look at these like slots, right? Like just look at these different things on this. What the? How come I can't pull that image up? What? No way. Is it a layered image? There's a layered image on top of it. They did this as a layered image behind it, on top of it, and they used Z-index to fix this. Wow, they did. They used Z-index like to like fix it. That's interesting. Okay, I wouldn't have done that. I would have just ordered it properly. But sure. If the lay person is going to see this and they're going to go, I don't want to touch this. It's too crazy. It's what all consoles are struggling with. How do they not be a PC? They tried motion controls, but push the price up too much beyond gimmick mechanics. Yes. Also, because Asia still doesn't like work tools PCs at home. Also, yes. Yeah. I've heard that in Japan, like the console market is very, very strong. It's also why it's interesting to sort of see these decisions because again, say like Sony, right? They're a Japanese like primary company. They work for their local market. It's sort of true in general, right? They have a global market, but from what I've seen of their business strategies, they're really focused on their local market first, and their global business is just like a happy accident. Like a lot of their games just happen to sell globally, and they're like, okay, cool. They don't really care about it. It's just like a happy like circumstance. Like a happy accident, right? But you're absolutely correct. It's like, you know, how do they make it less like a PC? Well, they have to add different peripherals and gimmicks to it now, but they're too expensive. I mean, it'd be cool to have a light gun, but how many games can use a light gun besides Time Crisis? And I don't think that game even exists anymore, right? And so the reality is that it's hard for any console to compete. And as they get closer and closer to being a PC, the value proposition sort of like goes down and down and down, especially when the price gap can't be closed. And we saw this also actually during COVID, like during the whole PS3 5 scalping thing. The price went so up that it was actually worth it to just wait, buy a PC, right? Versus like buying like a PS5 for like $1,000. Like you could have just bought a PC, even if you had to pay someone to build it for you. Because again, this is very complex. You still got a better deal out of it. Yeah, it can be easier for people than playing on Windows. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially if you don't know how to use it. And again, it's like having the work tool at home, like a PC, is very important too because you're familiar with it already. If you only have it at work and you don't care about it beyond work, if you all of a sudden have to use it to play games, the truth is I think most people wouldn't know what to do. The truth is using a computer, there's a lot of things that has to go into it, even just for using it as an entertainment device. Interestingly, you see this in like younger generations now, where they've been raised on like iPads and phones, and so they don't know how to use a computer. And so when they want to play like say Fortnite or something with their friends, they actually have to learn how to use a computer from like scratch again. Like they have to like figure out all these like random things, right? At least the work people have it for work. But again, there's like a growing market of people who still don't really know it. And it shows how complicated it can be too, right? You have a laptop for work and TV, but no desk. When you have a lot of space, then buying a console might also make more sense. Yes, that's also true. PCs are, I guess depending on how you build them, they can be very unwieldy, they're very immobile, and they're very difficult to sort of like keep with you across multiple moves. They're also very, very like interestingly fragile in various different ways. Not to say that you should drop your PS5, but my wife is watching. Honey, I've dropped the PS4. I've dropped the PS4 a fair number of times, okay? A fair number of times. What is that bot? What is that bot? Hey, base stick thing, right? Chat, we have a bot. We have a sex bot. Oh my god, chat. We have a pussy in bio bot. Oh my god, it's my first time ever getting a pussy in bio bot. Holy shit. We've made it, chat. This is how you know that we've made it, right? This is how you know that we've reached the peak of Twitch streaming. When the pussy and bio bots come in and they start posting in your Twitch chat. Pussy and bio bot. You see, on the Twitter, the pussy and bio bots, they just kind of come and like bother you constantly, right? And there's actually no points in like, you know, dealing with them. For the most part, like they'll come to you even if your account, you know, has no followers, right? On Twitch, the most that we've gotten is like Fortnite bots. But now we have Pussy and Bio bots on like Twitch. Hey, V-Stick thing. Randomly scrolled on Twitch on my phone because I'm bored and came across the stream. I also live stream and do YouTube. On YouTube, I do cute try-on hauls and yoga. You can find myself on YouTube by searching SK SkateBay69. SkateBay69. If you want to check me out and my content out. Also, my Spicy link is linked. The site is linked on there. So if you want to chat with me, just DM me on it. Let me know it's you, and I'll make you a free special vid. Who would go to this? Who is live on Twitch, gets this message, and then goes, you know what? That's what I was in for. I was waiting for that. You know, that this is exactly what I wanted this entire time. Let's go. Who actually, how successful is this? I want to know their success rate. This is absurd. Unit schools adding typing skills back onto the subjects for the first time since the late 90s. Yes. And it's precisely because of that issue. So, the PC complexity thing is its own thing. And so the console still has a place there. But again, if that's a thing that can be solved through either say better UX on a PC, which I don't think it can, just because, or I think it can, but not very easily. And so it won't ever happen because it's not financially feasible for most of these companies to do. Then all of a sudden the console loses its place, right? I still think there's a place where consoles can still exist, because as far as we know, consoles are sold at a loss by the company in order to gain the money back on game sales, right? And so there is the reality that if you sell a console, say a PS5, you're getting specs for it that are pretty comparable to a PC, but for cheaper. In general, if you ignore the fact that you can build it yourself and find deals. But I mean, most people buy things at full price anyway, so it's is it really possible for somebody to wait for a really good deal on a PC part, on a motherboard, and know that it's a good deal versus a bad deal? When again, RAM, there's 5 numbers for RAM, and it's all the same number, but also some of the numbers are more important. If you look at this motherboard, how do you know that this is good? Okay, 8-layer PCB. Is this actually do I need to know that it's an 8-layer PCB? What does PCB mean? Is this important to build a PC? And what is but then if that's not important, then is PCIe important? They both start with PC. And then does PC mean personal computer? If you just stare at this as a layperson, it's absolutely awful. This is made for an enthusiast. And so somebody trying to find a good deal on something, they don't even know what to do, right? So I still think that a console has a long lifetime. It's being a cheap, easy alternative to people's usage of it. But I mean, sorry, as being an easier alternative to a full PC. But even then, I feel there's some things that could maybe shift that around. Are there CS classes, full computer science classes in English-speaking countries? We had typing as a part of those. Most people already know how to do it more or less, so it was just a couple of lessons on the proper technique. There is not mandatory computer science classes. When I went to my school for my computer science class, it wasn't even a full computer science class. I only took computer science as a side thing during high school, using the CS50 course from Harvard and stuff. The only thing that we really have is at least in Canada, within the high school level, is that's optional, but you can still take it. That's free. Is an IT course, but a specialized one where you actually build stuff, and you actually work with Cisco tech and stuff like that, and you learn to be, and you get a certificate to be a Cisco tech. We either have that or robotics. And so it's there's no in between. You can't just be a software dude who's in the middle. It's either you help your grandma set up your printer, or you build the next HAL. There's no in between. That's all we have. Until you go to university, then you have the full gamut, right? But in terms of what's free and available to you as a kid that's growing up until you're 18, yeah, you only really have set up grandma's printer or build HAL or build Skynet. That. There's only really 2. But even typing classes have gone the way of the dinosaur. I think the last time I had a typing class was in grade 3. I'm 29 now, so oh my god, that was 21 years ago. You know, my wife. So my wife is 1 year older, and she was like, "Honey, I'm old." I was like, "Honey, you're not that old. Come on, you're like 30. You're still banging. Like you're still busting to me, baby." And then, but like now I get it. Like I understand now. Yeah, like we're actually old. We're old. Holy shit. Actually old. But yeah, it's very rare to find a class like that here, I think. Even just general computing back in high school was like an elective versus like something that you had to take. So most people just skipped it for like a free period, right? Even in university, they don't really teach that as part of like your course. They teach the skills that you need. Like if you're an accountant, you have to know how to use Excel and stuff, and they'll teach that. But for the most part, you're focused more on like learning the accounting principles and the math behind it. At least from the few courses that I did take, and also the things that I've heard from my accountant friends. So yeah, it's hit or miss in the West. It's not mandatory when you go through it all. There's no mandatory computing courses anymore, but it will be eventually, I think. You seem to know your stuff. You know half of what that means. Listen, I only know PCB because I was trying to build this thing for Arctic Eggs, which I can't say yet, but I found a better solution, but it's also harder. That's the only reason why I know it. Okay, I don't even know PCIe. I just know it means express. It's a bit like a subway, right? It's like, you know, or like a bus, the express bus. Hey Heb, welcome. We were just chatting actually. I was actually, you just missed it. I was mentioning how I have no clue how to interact with the people anymore. And I realized how sorely unsociable I am. Again, just for context, I am a surprisingly shy person IRL. And I've been so out of practice with talking to people that I don't even really know what to say. But yeah, again, just like you look at this, right? Again, even somebody like you who understands the history of the console, right? And who understands like what the selling point of a console is and like why and like what the differences between these things are and like what they have versus like a PC. Even you can't decipher what this is. And so it's like, what is this? Like, why do you like? How can the average person know that this is a good deal? And how can they know that $110 is a good deal for this versus like $250, right? Like that's obviously a good deal, but what if it's 110 versus 140? How do you know, right? It's impossible. And so it's like, what do you do? And so the thing is that consoles still have that at least realm of like people who don't really know and can't know and either don't want to know or just like it's just hard to know. And so by the act of not knowing, they make money off of people who just don't know, you know? You're a hermit. They had to come out of my cave to message you. I mean, listen, thank you. Because of you making the first move, which by the way, your email was funny because the first thing that you started with, which was I had an idea, dangerous, I know, that made me laugh. So I just want to compliment you on the fact that it was at least it was a very, very funny first like contact email. So I appreciate it. But also, it's nice to see you. Again, in the UK, we have iTunes 16, which covers MS Office, the concept of programming, audio editing, and a little video/image editing. Level 17, we do proper software programming. At uni, you then specialize. What? As like a mandatory? See, this explains a lot. This explains a lot. My team, when I used to work at my company, was like primarily people from the UK. And then I remember asking them, because I was leading them, and then with another guy from the UK, and I was asking all of them. I was like, "How are you also cracked at this?" And they were like, "Yeah, we started when we were 16." I was like, "What does that mean? Like on your own?" And they're like, "No, it's just something that we had to do." I was like, "What does that mean?" Now I know. Yeah, you have a similar thing. You have a similar thing in the CIS. No wonder you guys are cracked. See, again, the best programmers that I've ever worked with were from the CIS as well as from the UK. Everywhere else, it's been hit or miss. I mean, it's just a reality. But everywhere, but like the UK and the CIS have had the best developers that I've ever seen. They're all cracked at it, and I don't know how. But now I know how. Also, the reason people buy consoles is because games are optimized to it. Yes, or at least that's supposed to be, so it can last longer. Yes. Like, when you're so used to playing 30 FPS on a console, Dragon's Dogma 2 running at 30 FPS roughly stable feels great to you. And it actually runs very, 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 very good. It's also it's just a reality that like one configuration and optimizing it for that is much easier because you can get a lot of performance off of doing things that only work on that particular configuration. On PC, the reality is that you have to be good at what you do to make it run faster because you need to apply more general theories about performance to make it run better. And the problem with that is that general theory all of a sudden becomes computer science. And so it's like you need to know the science behind it in order to make it work, which is also like painful. That's where you learn about GIMP gang. Okay, just for context, GIMP is a video. GIMP is an image editor. I want to make sure people know about that. This is not about like, it's not about GIMP suits. Okay, like it's actually like it's an image editor. You don't remember much from the IT class apart from making a website and putting a bunch of clips of free runners to music. Oh yeah, because you guys also do video editing, image editing, and audio editing, as well as MS Office. I find it funny that MS Office is like a common theme and that they have like a class to like teach that, because I had a similar experience here in Canada as well. But I also remember that was actually a lot of people's I guess like task in that class too. Like a lot of what we had to do was just to make a website and make it look cool in some way and follow some like theme. So like you would have to choose a theme, build a website around it, and like make it look and sound cool using different things. So yeah, I mean your experience is also completely valid, because that was also mine. Actually, I think that was the norm. Actually, I'm pretty sure that was the norm. 17 is optional, but everything other than PE is optional at the point. Yeah, see, like it's an optionality, but at least you have it as like a mandatory when you have it at was it 16, right? Here in Canada, even at 16, there's no mandatory computer class. I don't think. I don't remember. I mean, I'm also the worst person to ask for it because I dropped out of high school in like grade 10, so I don't really know. But I just know that like when I did programming, it was like a side thing. It was like a random elective class that I had to find. And the only reason that I found it was because the teacher came from the industry because he was tired of like working, and he was like, I gotta teach these kids how to program. So I just randomly joined the school in my year. It's like, yo, sick. But yeah, it's fascinating to see everyone's experiences with the computing classes. And again, it goes to show this is why PCs are kind of hard for people to get into. There's only one class, and then, you know, you have to go from getting that one class, and then if you want to play games on the PC, you have to go from that to knowing what a PCB is. What is a Gen 5 M2, and what's the difference between a Gen 5 and a Gen 4? Did you know that there was a USB-A with a USB-B and a USB-C? Everyone knows USB-C, but did you know that a USB-B is indistinguishable from a USB-A? And that a USB-A and B was a combination of the two because they actually did different things? The USB wars were real. And what's this? What is an 8 plus 8 pin? This is the thing that always trips me up, that always trips up people when they first build it. My brother asked me about this once too. He was like, why does it say 8 plus 8 pins? Isn't that just 16 pins? And I was like, no, it's 8 plus 8. You can't add the numbers. And he's like, why is it 8? Why does it have a plus symbol? I'm like, it's not math. It's a symbol. It's not math. Math isn't real. In computing, math isn't real. The numbers don't matter. The numbers don't matter. The symbols don't matter. It's about the visual style. It's about how cool it is. It's why the video cards go up by 1,000 every generation. It doesn't make any sense. It just looks cool. There's a reason why there's an X in an AMD graphics card name. Like, this is 8 plus 8. It's not 16. It's 8 plus 8. But again, it's like, how do you know this stuff? I don't know. It took me a long time to figure it out too. And then you go down here and you're like, okay, well, like, what is DDR5? Well, up to XMP 8266 support. Did you know that there's like several numbers for like RAM and none of it makes sense? I still don't know which is which. And that the number on the RAM is actually the lower number. And then so when you build a PC, you now have to get into how do you optimize your PC. And by default, all memory is underclocked, so you have to, by default, bring your memory up in terms of settings in order to have it run at full speed by going into your BIOS. And you're like, what is a BIOS? And then you gotta do it, and then you think about, okay, how do I overclock my graphics card? I heard it makes it faster. And then you gotta like twist a couple of like levers up and down. It's all confusing. All confusing. So again, there's a place. There's a place for consoles. There's a place for consoles. It's why the PlayStation State of Play happened. GIMP is great, thank you. GIMP is great. I don't know if I read that yet, but I just want to emphasize it. GIMP is actually really good, especially nowadays. If you look at GIMP now compared to, well, not really compared to Photoshop. Photoshop has like more advanced things, obviously, and you can get like AI features and stuff, but like it doesn't really matter. If you want like a basic photo editor that can be pretty good for painting as well, GIMP is pretty good. You can go for Corel Paint if you want to paint. You can go for Asprite if you want to do sprite work. Asprite is fantastic if you want to do sprite work. There's a lot of like very cheap free options compared to Photoshop that work really, really well. I'm a big fan of Asprite. We didn't do that much programming though, just some basic. The language, ooh. And HTML. Now you think people learn Python, and then you learn about the basics of CS like algorithms, binary, etc. We had to convert numbers from and to base 3, and then all the way, and you didn't like that one that much. I don't think anybody likes converting base numbers, right? Because like, it doesn't The reason why you have different bases of numbers is because we messed up. It's the truth. We messed up, right? We realized that there's no easy way to make something that can hold a charge reliably and also lose a charge reliably. And so we could only fit 2 numbers into every single bit, 1 or 0, whether it has a charge or no charge. If we had the ability and the talent to make a thing hold electricity at a stable level, if we had mastery over lightning as we do over fire, we would have computers that would speak to us in the same language that we do, 1 to 10. Instead, we have whatever mess we have, which is very painful, incredibly painful. Yeah, but yeah, I'm also surprised that you also learned basic, because basic was also mine as well. We learned basic and HTML, and you're right that now they teach Python, because Python is very easy. I know the younger classes actually. There's one advanced school in Canada, not in Canada. Sorry, there's one advanced school in my province of Ontario, which doesn't narrow me down, so I think I'm okay. Like you had the. It doesn't matter if I say where I am, unless I say the street where I live. It's gonna be impossible to like find me because like there's so many people here. You'd have to SWAT like every single person to like find me. But yeah, we also teach Scratch in the lower levels because Scratch is a much easier language to play around with. It's also much more intuitive to get because of how visual it is, and you get to make like a funny little cat walk up and down and then like fall off like the like screen, which is funny. And so it appeals to the Zoomer mind. But Python, yeah, Python's a lot easier to use as well, and also it's more direct and it's more used. It's a much easier gateway into like actual programming like languages and also work because you can use it for more stuff. Versus Basic is like, I've only ever seen Basic in the wild once, chat, once. I've worked in this industry for about 10 years now. Okay, I've worked in this industry. No, that's a lie. For 8 years. I started when I was 20 or 21, I think. 8 to 9 years. I've only ever seen Basic once, and it was when I had to log into a factory PC, and my boss was like, he literally said, "Listen, heads up, it's built in Basic. The only reason why it's built in Basic was because I had 5 minutes to do it. I want you to rewrite the entire thing." And that was the last time I ever saw it ever again, because I got rid of it that same day. It's never existed. It just doesn't exist out there. So I mean, if you learn Basic, you lose. When you learn something, you give up the brain cells, right? So it's like you have a limited number of brain cells. And so it's like, do you really want to give up your brain cells to learn Basic, or do you want to give up your brain cells to learn Python, right? You need to choose where to allocate your brain cells. It's a bit like it's like a strategy game. It's like Civ. It's like Civ. Do you put your brain cell workers building, the Great Pyramid, or building the Statue of Liberty, right? Or do you put it towards building a catapult that's like from age 1? I think I know what I'm gonna put them towards. You don't think that's useful? You think binary and hex is enough? And you also did it with division or something. It was kind of wonky. Yeah, I mean, even binary and hex is like, you rarely, if ever, deal with binary or hex in like a day-to-day as a programmer. The truth is, a lot of the things that you learn in computer science, you rarely deal with. You just have to know because it factors into certain decisions. But those decisions, you can abstract them out until you no longer have to deal with it. Because the reality is that most of your programming is about writing code that doesn't crash, not about writing code that's fast. Most of the time, you're just hoping to get to a point where your code works in the first place, and where it can be done within a reasonable time frame to where your boss won't fire you. That's actually the 99% of programming. The 1% of programming that needs to care about the speed is in games, is in high-frequency trading, is in very bespoke embedded software. That's it. Those are the only 3 that really need to know. Even stuff like binary or hex. And hex especially. Hex is only ever useful if you deal with actual memory addresses, because it's a easier way to write down where they are. As well as when you're building cheats for games. So another chat member, the one who mentioned that they wrote bots for Adventure Quest, they probably had to learn hex because it was a very crucial part of writing bots for games. Forget Python. We should teach kids Haskell. That'll make them learn their place. Yeah, they'll also make them lose their minds. Listen, okay, just for context, this is all malarkey, right? This is just saying words. It's like saying PCB, PCIe, M2, heatsink, VRM solution, 20. What the fuck is this? What does it mean by 24 plus 1 plus 2? Isn't that 27? Why don't they just say 27? It's like saying 24 plus 1 plus 2. Just say 27. It's like saying 27. Hey, this is Haskell. Declarative statically typed code. To even begin, you need to understand what this means. To even begin, you need to know what these words mean. An advanced, that's a very easy word to understand. Purely, what does it mean by pure, right? Like, in Breaking Bad, pure crystal meth is blue. So what does it mean for a programming language? Is it also blue? Functional, I don't know what this means. Like, if your code is unfunctional, it doesn't work, right? But that's the wrong understanding. I know what programming and language means. What is declarative and then what is statically typed? What is statically and then typed, right? And then what do these two mean combined? The kids would need to know this before they understand anything else. Some PLCs use hex because they hate their developers. Really? Wait, what? PLC is a programmable logic controller. For those who don't know, and again, this is just I'm just explaining it because like I would imagine very few of my viewers know this, but I'm also very surprised to see so many programmers out in the wild because I'm like, hey, we really have nothing better to do, huh? Like, we really have nothing better to do. I'm here streaming, you're here telling me about PLCs using hex, and another person is complaining about, like, different base numbers. It's like, we have nothing better to do. Programmers, we have it easy, guys. Chat, we have it easy. But yeah, that is awful. Yeah, because, like, hex is, like, I don't even understand how to use hex. Like, I have no clue how to manipulate it. Like, I understand the theory behind it, but I can't practically do it in any way that makes it useful for me. Like, I can't go through and use it in any way where I can be like, oh yeah, from this hex address, I can go over to here and then do this. It's like, I don't know how to make it, like, go from 1 to 2. Like, 1 plus 1, easy. 0x000001 plus 0x000010. Why is it not 11? And why is it some other weird number? I don't know. And then why does it all of a sudden become A when I get to 9 plus 1? Doesn't it become 10? No, it becomes A. It's like, what does that mean? So, maybe it's like with energy efficient cores, like they write 8 plus 4. But that's the thing, right? Then to build a PC, you need to know what is an energy efficient core. Again, this is all to say that Sony has a foothold in the world of gaming, because why would you want to learn all of this when you could just know it by virtue of just buying a thing that just works, right? Like, you know that it works because it's like all this is malarkey. This is nothing. This is meaningless to me. What is DTSX Ultra Audio? What is ESS ES9280A DAC and ESS 9080A with front ES Essential USB DAC bundled? Hex needs you to behave that shit have rules in your head. Baba is you style. Yeah. You're like, workers push the boxes and like, alright, numbers, throw that whole shit out, okay? We're going crazy around here. The alphabet, listen, it's not just for words, baby. If it happens to spell something, that's just a happy accident. The real purpose of the English alphabet is to form numbers. I take back what I said about programmers having it easy. We have it hard. The reason why we're on Twitch is because our brain is using like the 99% of our brain to think about how they work with these things, and the 1% can only do like can only go on Twitch to like type OLG or like foot. Like that's it. You just hear to type memes. But like, it's, you know what it is? You know, like, there's different parts of your brain that like work, right? You have your logic side, you have your social side. Your logic and your thinking side is working overtime to figure out these like problems, but your talking side is getting bored. It's looking at the part of your brain that like does numbers, and it's like, I want to do something too. So you go on Twitch to get that, to get that thing out. You go on Twitch to get the talking part of your brain going. That Turing Complete game had a binary and hex mini games level. You have to convert 10 to binary hex and back with time constraints. What Turing Complete game? What do you mean Turing Complete game? What do you mean a Turing Complete game? Turing Complete means that you can like build like an actual full computer in it. What? Turing Complete? Oh, like the one by Zachtronics. With Levelhead? Or do you mean this one by Levelhead? Learn CPU architecture with puzzles. Oh, I remember you talking about this last time, actually. Yes, I remember you. So it was you who mentioned this. It was you who gave me nightmares that night. You're the reason why I couldn't sleep. Yeah, this reminds me, actually, there's a whole developer that like makes these things, actually. There's games like this called Zachtronics. I've been wanting to go through their games at some point, but I'm waiting for my stream to die. The thing is, right, is that I feel like we're on a decent roll with people like showing up and stuff, right? And so it's like, I can't pull out this stuff. Like, I can't pull out Last Call BBS and then be like, all right, guys, we're gonna play this on like stream day. I need to wait until the stream dies before we can play this. Because there's no way normal people want to see this. Like, I need to scrape the bottom of the barrel for like the wizards that like exist out there on like cyberspace to like come join my stream. This is my last resort. As I'm trying to communicate with like senior engineers here. Wait, there's model building? That's actually so sick. Wait a minute. Yo, I didn't know there was model building. Good that no one is normal around here. Yeah, exactly, yeah. They're listing the other chips so they don't have to give real numbers. Oh, what do you mean? They gave perfectly real numbers. Look, they gave 9080 and 9280. I don't know what. And look, it's even in hex. Do you know why? There's an A at the end of it. It's even a hex number. So actually, this number must be familiar to you. You must be going through, like, this must be giving you some level of, like, pain. You know what I mean? This is probably, like, an actual hex number. If I put 0x in the front of this, like, say this. Like, if I just do like this, right? And I just do, like, 0x. And then 0x. You wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. You would not be able to tell the difference. You would just be like, oh, yeah, right. This is probably, like... I've just pushed you back into your office chair, like psychically. You're like, huh. Yeah, good that. Yeah, I'm also glad that no one's no mirror. Also, welcome. How are you? And how have you been? S is not a part of hex though. What? What do you mean? Wait, so it's a subset of the oh, because it goes up to 16, right? So yeah, what's the I don't know. What's like from like, what's the 7th letter? A B C D E F G G? It ends at G? A B C D E F G. Yeah, it ends at G. A B C D E F G. Wait, is it 7? No, because 0 to 9 is like 10 numbers. So actually it's A B C D E. Yeah, A B C D. Wow. Huh. Yeah, the human language. I mean, yeah, it's they had to listen. They had to make it seem like a math, right? It's the same reason why algebra has like x and y. They have to make it seem like a reasonable thing, and not some just random made up thing using numbers. Numbers don't exist unless it translates to money. Wowee. Yeah. See, this is, and you know what's funny? You know what's funny is that a chatter came back the moment that I talked about Zachtronics. See, what did I say? I'm saving Zachtronics. I'm saving a Zachtronics run through of their games for when for when the stream is really down bad. When we really need viewers, this is how I get everyone back. All right, we play games like this, where you have to program the forbidden path. What? All the software you never knew you needed. Again, this is just pure. There was no sound there, but like it's just nuts. Exapunks was also fantastic, by the way. I think this is one of their best games because I'm not even kidding you. You work for a magazine and then you got bored of working for a magazine, so you decide to hack a bank. That's actually the entire story of the game. You were working for a magazine. You got bored of like doing your own projects, so you decided to go get a contract to hack a bank, and then you went into like a crazy conspiracy theory. And it's honestly one of the weirdest games ever. But again, I have to save this. You're exhausted, like always. Oh, need to read through and understand 90 pages of paper and equipment instructions and experiment instructions till Tuesday. Jesus. Wait, okay. As a good teacher, right? You have to work over the weekend too. Like I mean, my sister is a teacher, so she has to do the same thing. I'll like catch her, like, you know, grading homework like when she's taking a break from her afternoon job. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, I have to grade papers. And I was like, like the school doesn't give you time? And she's like, no, because I'm busy teaching. I'm like, oh Jesus, life sucks for you guys, Jesus. But on the weekend too, my God. Listen, I hope you all do your best, and you're doing the world a wonderful service. Now, I know that you're tired, but look at this visual. Look at the virtual network plus scripting reference. What does that mean? This is a game, but chat. I just want to remind you. This is a game. Somebody made this for you to play as like entertainment, right? Like you go home, you boot up your like really expensive PS5. That's still a better deal than like a PC if you have no clue what you're doing. And then this appears. And then this shows up. And if you want to play, well, guess what? You gotta go and open up the documentation for it, for a game. This is actual programming documentation. What is this? Who made this? Why would you do this? Why would you do this to some poor soul? Wow. But yeah, this is what I'm saving it for. Anyways, state of play. Before we start state of play though, I have a song for you all. That actually no, I'll say the song for later. Yeah, because I think that the state of play stuff will switch between moods. I'll say the song for later. Actually, feature. More like T, I don't have days off shirt. Yes, exactly. More like T, I don't have days off shirt. No days off, no sleep. I'm surprised that you're even going. So you know what? We'll go into the state of play stuff. Because I think I've made my point that computers are too hard. For the average person, computers are too hard. For people who know what they're talking about, computers are still too hard. For most people, computers are too hard. Also, I was going to check out some interesting things, too, actually. Actually, okay, let me think about this. There's still one more thing that I do want to show you all because I think it's funny. There's still one more thing. But I'm sorry, I need to find the tab where I left everything. Is this the tab? Yeah, that's the tab. Is this the tab? Yeah, this is the tab. Sorry, give me one moment. Sorry. I need to find all the video links because they all closed. I'm so sorry. I thought I prepared this, but I forgot. I forgot when Firefox opens, it closes every tab. So let me just load these up. Good thing I'm a tutor. It's more like being jobless. I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh. But that was really good. It's so true, King. So true. So true, King. So true. Oh, man. Computers don't make sense. They don't make sense. You don't make sense to computers. We also don't make sense to computers. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, the way the computers were like made, they were made in a way that wasn't made to be like used by human people. Computers were made because we have no clue how to wield like lightning in our palms. If we knew, it'd be a lot easier. We only know how to start a fire, and that's it. That's all humans really know how to do. If we could hold a charge for longer than 5 seconds, it'd be possible. Now, let me show you something interesting, okay? I'm going to show you some fast food stuff. All right? This is a weird segue, but just, like, trust me on this. I alluded to this as part of the... Why won't you load? Why won't you load? Wrong one. Here we go. I alluded to this as part of the segments on the PS5 and the state of play, but I actually read an article that I can't find anymore. I'm sorry, my Firefox closed. I lost all my tabs. It was a very painful moment for me. I lost every single tab. I've only just begun like rediscovering my tabs, but I don't know which tabs were real, or was it like a bot thing? Twitter has a lot of bots. McDonald's, I read that they've been losing business, and I want to show you why. In Canada, this is the price for a beef burger. Let's say you want like a hamburger. Standard McDonald's hamburger, okay? This bad boy, 240 calories. Where are the prices? Where are the prices? Hold up, give me a moment. I need to pick a location and I need to do it somewhere that isn't my real place. What is Niagara Falls? Everybody loves Niagara Falls. Yeah, yeah, Highway 420 in Stanley. Yeah. This is my jam. All right. Okay, menu. Does it show the prices now? You son of a gun. Okay, well, I have a new way to do this. We're gonna go Uber Eats. You're taking a break from teaching to concentrate on your own education. Good. Wait, that's actually good. Congratulations on being. I sound so fake. I'm so sorry. I'm actually genuinely excited for you. I sound there's only two moods to me, right? I either sound like this or I sound scared. There's nothing else. I'm genuinely excited for you. I was going to say I'm happy that you're learning something now, but like that felt also mean to say. But I'm actually happy for you. Next week you have an experiment. In 2 weeks you have to hold a presentation about neuroscience in front of some of the leading scientists in the world. See, I'm telling you guys, why are you here? This is not the stream to be. Chat, we play dating sims about like real people. We have real people dating sims. Why are you here? This isn't. You could be doing so much more. You could be doing so much more. You could be doing so much more, chat, with your life if you just weren't here. Also, this is my plan. I opened up Uber Eats to a fake address, Niagara Falls. Whoever this person is, they're gonna really enjoy the food here. Okay, a medium fries in Canada is $6. This is not with like the Uber Eats like charge up, like markup. This is actually like the price on the menu that you get when you go there. The markup is after the fact. McDonald's has been going downhill in terms of price, and so I've been trying to find a new place to eat some fast food. And I found some interesting things. Some very interesting things. And this is one of the most interesting things that I found. And this actually involves the UK as well. This is going to involve the UK as well. I just want to really point out here. You guys have it better than us, but in a way that I feel like we subjected you to like this. It feels like a warfare tactic in terms of what we gave you. So I'm sorry, my UK viewers. So I was going to Tim Hortons, and I was like, you know what'd be good? I kind of miss the sandwiches, right? And I've talked about the sandwiches before. I think the food was really good. And I saw they sell pizza. Now, Tim Hortons is like Starbucks. You don't go to Starbucks for the food. You go to Starbucks for a sandwich if you're really, bougie, if you're part of the bourgeoisie, right? And if you want to be apart from the hoi polloi, and you want the hoi polloi to prepare your sandwich without putting poison in it, right? You go to Starbucks. I don't think about food when I go to these places for like coffee, for cheap $2 coffee, $3 coffee, right? Well, $3 now. I don't think about food in general, so I don't really think about the sandwiches. But they had good sandwiches. But I really don't think about pizza at these places. No. But they have pizza now, chat. New flatbread pizza. I saw one of these. Somebody pulled out one of these from behind the counter, gave it to a customer. It was the limpest pizza I've ever seen in my entire life. No cheese. Sauce, so dry it looked like a drought. It's like the river of tomato like died. And all of Italy disappeared. There was nothing. Absolutely nothing there. And I was like, why are they selling this? And then I realized it's a part of their global strategy, chat. Their global strategy, which involves the UK. You see, at Tim Hortons, we have certain food items that are available, like sandwiches and stuff, which I've showed you all last time. But in the UK, where Tim Hortons recently expanded, again, I feel like this is culinary warfare. We gave them probably the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm so sorry to my UK viewers, but this is what you got. Okay? You got €1 breakfast. Pretty good, I think. But the euro in Canadian is like $10. So, what you also got were hamburgers. You got a Tim's double cheeseburger, Tim's bacon double cheeseburger, and a Tim's triple cheeseburger. Chat, I didn't even know that there was real like beef at Tim Hortons. I thought all the meat was fake. And here you are in the UK, you guys get burgers. And the reason why I found out about this is because my buddy, who browses Reddit's r/green text, saw a green text about Tim Hortons food in the UK. And so they sent it to me. So I learned about this through my buddy, who sent me a green text, a 4chan green text, about Tim Hortons food in the UK. I'm sorry for what we've done to you. But I wanted to show this to you because, again, I'm just telling you all right now from the UK, there are only two things that are worth it from Tim Hortons to ever get. If you ever see a Tim Hortons, don't believe the lies. We do not eat their hamburgers. I didn't even know that they were hamburgers. I didn't even know that we had, for instance, like pancakes. I had no clue that they had pancakes, let alone bacon and like maple flavored pancakes. Get an iced cappuccino, okay? It's don't go in and say iced cappuccino. They're going to laugh at you. All right, the Canadians are going to laugh at you. If you walk in and you say, "Can I get a double and an ice cap?" Everyone's gonna pause, look at you, and be like, they're gonna look at you like a true Canadian. All right, so go in, say, "I want a double and an ice cap." Straws, please. Always specify straws. They don't give you it anymore. You gotta specify it. All right. If you're gonna go for anything, also ask for a farmer's wrap. Then they'll be like, oh, this guy's from Canada. And then they're gonna tell you, "Sir, sorry, we don't sell a farmer's wrap anymore. This is the UK." And you say, "All right, fine. Crispy chicken wrap." You're in. You're in for life. They're gonna give you free food for life. Trust me on this. Don't get the burgers. Why don't they give straws? I don't know why. I'm not reading that message to ignore the rest. That was just the one that I just saw. I'm so sorry. I just saw chat. I'm so sorry. I don't know why they don't give straws anymore. When you get it, you have to like go around the corner. You have to find the small box of straws that they hide, and you have to reach around to like grab it. And like that's the actual intended way to get the straws. You have to reach around behind the counter to get the straws now. It's really silly, and I don't know why. It could also be my local Tim Hortons. I'm not really sure. You need this to prepare for your. Sorry, let me catch up on like on chat now. You need to prepare for your neuroscience presentation. I mean, to be fair, that's a lot of pressure on you, so I can see why it's tiring. So hopefully it does go well. But congratulations too, because it means that ultimately you're making moves. You're making money moves, right? It's like what Nicki Minaj said. Did she say it? Making money moves, right? It's good. It's a really good step up. And I'm always reminded of the statement that to get from here to where you want to be, you'll come up across some uncomfortable things. You can't shy away from them. You have to face them head on. Because when you do, and you move past that mountain, what you'll see before you are the verdant green plains of progress. If you stand always in the shadow of the mountain, you'll grow cold and hungry, and the wolves will eat you. No, not the dating sims. Not the dating sims. Again, chat, why are you here? Not the dating sims. You shouldn't be here. We play dating sims with FMV. Like, we play FMV dating sims. You shouldn't be here. I'm talking about Tim Hortons selling burgers, and you're talking about I'm going to solve the world. One person's talking about PLC. Another person saying Gimp Gang. It's like, you guys shouldn't be here. The only person who should be here is the person who said Gimp Gang, because that's my... We have no brain cells. You're all too smart for this place. Get out of here. Speaking of McDonald's, yesterday Twitch gave you an ad for McDonald's with the guys from Tokyo Hotel. They have their own menu items. What is Tokyo Hotel? I've never heard of that in my entire life. Tokyo Hotel. Okay, that is probably the worst name ever, because I search up Tokyo Hotel, and this is all I get. I search up Tokyo Hotel, and all I get is hotels in Tokyo. It's like, I don't know who they are. I can't find them. It's impossible. But that does look like a pretty good hotel. For how much? $185! Like, pizza fast food places are kind of useless, because pizza is already some of the cheapest food here. Going to a proper Italian pizzeria here is not much more expensive than fast food, and you get 10 times better food. Yeah, but you're European. We don't have Italians in like the West. All the Italians are in New York. Here in Canada, I've only ever met one Italian person, and he was in construction. Okay, he couldn't cook me a pizza for shit. He was like, "I like pizza pops." We're doomed over here. There's nothing in Canada. All right. So this is the best that we have. Okay, all we have is a Tim Hortons pizza. That's all we have. Pizza, Tim Hortons pizza, and then Domino's. All right, that's the best that we can possibly get here. All right. Pizza pops, fucking pizza pops, like goddamn pizza pops. Jesus, don't worry. I know you're very excited about the Canadian fast food. Thank you, chat. But now it's also the UK fast food. Again, any UK people, please go say, "I want a double and an ice cap." Say, "I want a farmer's wrap." They say no farmer's wrap. Ask for a crispy chicken wrap. You're in. They're gonna give you food for life. And for the love of God, I know it seems weird. Their Boston cream donuts are still one of their better donuts. Their birthday cakes donuts are pretty good too. Tim Bits. This is a weird phrase. All right, you gotta have Tim's Bits. I know it's weird to ask a dude for his bits. But you gotta walk up to Tim and ask for his bits, alright? You need Tim's Bits. Tim's Bits are the leftovers from the center of a donut when they pop the hole out. What if you just say ice cap? You're still in, alright? You're still an honorary Canadian. Because you know what to get. Because other people, they would look at the menu and they go, I kind of want a caramel cream frappe. Or an iced French vanilla latte. Or an iced latte. Or like if they want like a smoothie, they would go for like an Oreo cookies and cream frappe, right? No. A cream frappe? Are you kidding me? You might as well just take the Canadian flag and then burn it. All right, buy an ice cap. You're already in. You say ice cap, that's all you need. All right. We don't have Italians in the West. Listen, I'm telling you guys, it's like good pizza. It's not there. It's not there. Or it's really expensive compared to fast food pizza. But I do agree that fast food pizza is kind of weird because it's like pizza is already cheap. But from what I've seen here in like Canada, at least, do you want really good authentic pizza? It's like upcharged to shit. So it's like Domino's pizza always ends up being cheaper. So like at least 50% cheaper from what I've seen. And good enough to where it's like, you know, you just want pizza. Like sometimes you want pizza. You don't want like, you know, pizza. You want pizza. You want like the stuff where they glaze the sauce on with like a really weird and like crusty little spoon. And then they like drop pepperonis on like they don't care. They just kind of like, you know, scrunch it in their hands and they open the like palm and it all falls down, right? That's what you want sometimes. Right? But when you want pizza, it's like, you know, 50% more expensive. So you need to figure out what to do. Sorry, twice as much because 50%, it's not commutative, right? Yeah, it's the opposite way. And then yeah, the whole reason for this is because I was thinking about like the food around the world, and I was thinking about, okay, what other foods are there that I really want to try, right? And I wanted to try 7-Eleven Japan, which I knew about, but I also wanted to try Tesco and then Greg's because a buddy of mine, she wanted to go see her girlfriend in the UK. Well, she's already seen her. And she said, Stick, you've got to go try Tesco and Greg's. They're actually pretty good. And I was like, all right, fine. So she's been hyping up Tesco and Greg's for me for a long time. And she was like, next time I see my girlfriend, I'm going straight to Greg's. And then she's also going to go straight for like Tesco. And I was like, oh God, like it has to be good, right? And then I was thinking about, okay, like I've heard so much about the Tesco meal deal. And I was thinking about, okay, like what exactly is a meal deal, right? Because like my friend was like, yeah, the meal deals are pretty good. You like go there and you get a meal deal. So I was like, okay, how do I make sense of the meal deal? So I was like planning, like, okay, what is a meal deal exactly? I don't understand this. Like I get how it kind of works, but I don't really get it. Basically, a meal deal. So Tesco is apparently like a convenience store, as far as I can tell. And I mean, I've seen what the meals look like. They look pretty good. But the way that the deal is structured, I have no clue what I'm looking at. So, if I go to say like lunch meal deals, right? And I scroll down like one page, there's just orange juice. And I was like, how is this like a meal? Like, do people in the UK eat? Like, what's going on, right? Like, the first few are like normal. You get like a smoked ham and cheddar sandwich, as well as a prawn mayonnaise. I don't know if this actually tastes good. Prawn mayonnaise sandwich. Chicken, tomato, basil pasta. Like, these are foods, right? I'm like, okay, you guys eat. And then I see, like, as a meal, you get Tropicana orange juice. And I'm like, you guys don't eat, do you? Like, everyone's starving in the UK, right? If you're eating this. And then I keep going down. I'm like, wait, there's Pepsi Max, no sugar. There's Coca-Cola, no sugar. So I asked my friend, and then they explained to me this is how it works. Tesco meal deals. You just go and you choose your type of meal, and you get, like, stuff. So you might get like the €5 meal deal, which is about like that's about $200 Canadian, roughly, right? And you get, here we go, you get a selected drink or snack plus Tesco's finest or Brennan sandwich, wrap or sushi. And I was like, yo, you get sushi there too? And I was thinking about this because I was like, why would you ever want to go to Tim Hortons to get a hamburger? A hamburger which probably is like £6 I'm so sorry. Listen, long live the queen. My king. He's also my king. I'm definitely. Canada is definitely a part of the British Empire. Yes. But yeah, I was thinking like, why would you want a hamburger when you could get, you know, for £6 when you get a whole meal for £5, right? And it comes with Kinder chocolate. I'm pretty sure this is banned in like Canada. It's some Kinder chocolate that's banned. It's the egg. Do you guys have the egg over there, actually? Okay, to my UK viewers, do you have the egg, the Kinder egg, in the UK? In Canada, we banned the egg because a kid, like, choked on it. I don't know how he choked on it, but he choked on it. And because of him, I lost my free chocolate toy inside of my free chocolate egg, and I was so mad. But yeah, this is it's a very interesting system. But I look at this, right, and I'm like, yeah, this is actually really good. Because you actually get, like, a pretty good, like, you know, snack. You can get, like, chips, which don't last very long. You might get Cadbury, I guess. You get mints. I mean, mints is probably the most economical deal. Because it's like, a single mint will last you like half an hour. This is maybe like, 20 minutes. That's like, I don't know, what's 20 times 30 minutes? I don't know. Time is weird. You might even get more mints. Mint? Oh man, mints. Wait, okay, chat. Okay, you know how you said that in the UK you start programming you start IT class at 16? It's because they took budget out of the English class. Mints. No, you really know the name you could have gone for besides Mint? The only reason you guys have IT class at 16 and 17 is because you killed the budget for the English classes. You believe in your folly that English is your language, and so therefore you don't need classes. This is proof that you need more English classes. Oh man, do you have the egg? Long live the egg. Here, Kinder surprise egg. I think only recently this like came back as like a thing that you could have. Which year was I born? That's a good question, eh, chat? Which year was I born? 1602. I don't know why is that year in my head? When was the Oregon Trail? Oh, it was because of Marvel. Marvel 1602. I was reading some Marvel comics. Please select a value that's no less than 1870. What? But you can't see this. This is what? What? No older than a vampire. There we go. That's a good. Okay, wait. What is this? What do you mean no older than thing? 1602. No older. Now, when you enter things in websites, sometimes they do validation on what you have, right? I've never seen a validation for an age input say this. And why 1874, okay? Why 1874? Please set the value that is no less than 1874. Why 1874? What is Kinder Company? When did they open? I bet you the Kinder Chocolate Company. They opened in 1968. Okay, 1874, 2024 minus 1874. You cannot be older than 150 years old. Who is the oldest person in the world? Born 1907. The oldest person was born in 1907. So they truly believe that you can be at least 150 years old, but you cannot be longer than 150. Usually age is a pop-up, and they don't let you select lower than 1900 or something. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, yeah, but why so specifically 1874? That's the weird part. Because, yeah, like 1900 is a reasonable cutoff. Because I don't think your 120-year-old grandma is going to go to Kinder and be like, you know what I want? A Kinder surprise egg. I wonder if it's on their website. Like, her hands won't even be, like, they don't have strength to press the buttons, right? Why 1874? Let's just do 1874. I'm born in 1874. You're here to look. Hey, welcome. Oh, God. Sorry, it all came back to me. The fact that I earned a new nickname, chat, in someone else's chat. I earned a new nickname, Sucky. I also apparently remind people of noodles. If you ever look at me and you see my name and you think of noodles, there's something wrong about you, and there's something wrong about me. But yeah, welcome. You called me Sucky. I wasn't trying to say it was you. I was just saying somebody. I was just saying somebody called me Sucky. I didn't want to put the blame on you. You started it first. Okay, here, take credit for calling me Sucky. I appreciate that. I don't appreciate it. Maybe it's a reference to something, like 1984. Want some sticky, sucky? Can you please go shower? Please go shower. Get out of here. I've heard it was just an autocorrect thing. You never liked Kinder. Well, but do you like Bueno? Okay, you are sticky now, so I will go shower. You're just like my real life friends. Why does everybody use? See, this is why. It's like having a suffix for a name, like a prefix, right? People use it all the time. You know, Sweet Destination, the person I played Content Warning with, she always calls me Sticky, and she's like V Sticky, and she's always like, "You're so sticky." I'm like, can you stop saying that? That's not the point of it. Like, it's just a stupid name that I made because I'm not creative, okay? Because I also didn't take English classes. It's not. You're just as tasty as noodles. Oh, that's gonna go down well. Want some sucky? Yes, please. No ERP in my chat, please. The person who said you don't like Kinder. Do you enjoy Kinder Bueno at least? I think Kinder Bueno is muy bueno. This is very muy bueno. This is my guilty pleasure. My wife bought me a container of these once. I ate the entire thing in a single day, and she called me and she's like, "How many Kinder Buenos do you still have?" And she was like, she was very upset that I ate it all. Cause she always calls me and she always asks me whenever she buys me snacks. She's like, "How much of it is left?" And I always say there's nothing left. I'm sorry, it's all gone. What is ERP? You'd sucking on some noodles today. Can you explain? You see, it all starts in Final Fantasy 14 and a tree called the Limsa Lominsa tree. And when two players of Final Fantasy 14 meet, they lock hands and they lock eyes and they go into one of the player houses that's up as a club. Then they sit in the corner of that club and they type all kinds of things. All manner of debauchery goes on in that text box. And if you happen to be within range of their text, such that it shows up on your screen, well, looks like you're a third party to it now. Welcome to ERP, erotic roleplay. You got some Misian still. Snumming spicy. Ooh. Somehow Kinder is something that often gets brought up to me by non-Germans when you mention that you're German. Like, you're German, I love Kinder chocolate. You respond to that. Thanks, I'm making myself. That's what it means. See, it's the exact same. It's just like when somebody says, "Hey, whenever I see you, I think of noodles." It's like, what do I say about that? It's like, what do I say about that? And what do I say when people start saying sucky? Clip. No, guys, there's no clip command. It's a manual process to clip. You have to clip it yourself, all right? If you want the goods, you have to work for it. The explanation of ERP. Listen, I'm telling you guys, ERP is a real thing. Yeah, please tell me that you at least enjoy Kinder Bueno. I think Kinder Bueno is really good. I will say the rest of the chocolate is like meh. I do like the white creamy filling that's in the chocolate. It's the creamy filling that makes it, right? You get the hard chocolate shell on the outside and the creamy filling on the inside. That's the thing that really makes a Kinder Egg. It's really nice. It's really nice. It's smooth. It's velvety. It melts in your mouth. And then they add hazelnut, creamy hazelnut. I love the nut. It's so good. 3 layers. You get the crispy wafer. You can never tell anyone that Limsa Lominsa is your home city. Why is it your home city? You know what's funny is that the home city in it is like a choice. Like you're allowed to choose. You're allowed to choose your home city. So you could just choose not to be there, but you choose to be there. That's how you tell your mom is. That's how you tell your mom is healthy because there's milk. Exactly. That's how you tell your mom that it's healthy. What is a Kinder Pingui? Kinder Pingui? 1874. What is this abomination? Allergy to nuts. So you know you don't like them. Oh, you're allergic to nuts. Shoot. Wait, but okay. So do you like their like normal chocolate then? I still feel like the normal chocolate is like pretty good. This is amazing. What do you mean this is amazing? Actually, this does look kind of amazing. Actually, this reminds me of like a Klondike bar. Klondike. Do you guys have a Klondike bar or no? Okay, maybe this is okay. This is the American version. No thanks. What's going on? Why is there like an overlay? The Explorer products. Oh God. Well, it's not similar to a Klondike bar. Well, I don't know. Wait, is it similar? No. Kinda. It's like a larger. It looks like a larger double layered Klondike bar. Coconut is gross. No. The Klondike has no coconut. It's just a flavor. It's you like get a flavor. I also think coconut is gross. In some cases. Kinder Pingui is a chilled and refreshing snack with a crispy layer of dark chocolate. Wow, this actually looks really good. Creamy milky filling in a cocoa cream center. Cocoa cream center. Is that like a layer of like wafer too? It looks like a layer of wafer. Start selling sucky. He's missing out. Coconut is gross. You misread cocoa. It's okay. I also misread it too. But I do agree that coconut is like gross, especially in like ice cream. I'm not a big fan. I don't know. Sucky sticky. You're missing out if you don't try pingui. I can't just go to the UK and try this, Chad. You're kind of far from me, okay? Listen. Have you ever wondered why Canada, of all places, is a part of the British Empire, and yet why we're so far away? The reason why is because you guys never wanted us. You guys threw us away across the ocean to be with the Americans. That's why. We're the rejects of the British Empire. We're not allowed to be there. It's impossible for us to go over there to Europe. And Megan here, what's the thing? They told you to try pingui, and you're in love. You're in love. I'm in love. It's the best thing ever. What's a happy hippo? Wait, guys, can there something? Cards? Yo, a milk slice. Do you guys have this? This thing looks pretty good with a hint of honey. This thing looks pretty good. Okay, I won't lie. Kinder actually has some amazing stuff. Maybe the full chocolate one's really good. Dark chocolate does make you want to try this. Yes, I'm also a fan of dark chocolate. I really enjoy the not the bitterness, but like the strength of the chocolate. It feels so much better as like a full chocolate flavor. You better be stocking them pingui for you when you come visit. Ew, no. What do you mean, ew, no? This looks amazing. The milk slice. What? You tried this one, it's not good. Pingui is better. What do you mean? This is like a sandwich. This one looks even better. The other one, sure, you get like a double layer, but this one is like a whole nice crispy bite, and it has honey. What about the... What is this? What is this? Why does it have nipples? What is this? It's alive! What is this? Chat, explain to me. Explain to me! Why does it have nipples? Why? Why? Why did you make this? I'm looking at you, my German viewers, all of you. You're responsible for this. You're all responsible for this. Why did you make this? Why did you make this? What is this? It has nipples! Whoa. Nipple cream. Nipple cream. I'm gonna keep this. We're gonna crop this at some point. What the hell is it? Nostrils? There is no way that's a nostril. Look, I'm gonna draw this for you all. I'm going to draw this. We're going to edit this live, okay? We're going to edit this live. Be warned, you're going to get flashbanged. You're going to get flashbanged. Your mind is telling you what you want to see. Finally can suck in some nipples. We had to do it. There was no other way. It's not what I want to see. You made this. You made this. You made this abomination, okay? Look, the eyes are here, okay? We need a reference for a human face. I know. There's a pronunciation guide. How to pronounce think. Wait. This is the image of the pronunciation guide on Google, okay? This is the Google pronunciation guide, all right? Look at this, okay? Logically, the mouth is over here, the nose is over here, and the eyes would probably be somewhere around here, okay? That's where the eyes would go, is like here. Okay, this is where the eyes would go. It makes sense, distance-wise, right? Distance. Now imagine, now look at this, okay? If you look at the distance between the eyes and the nose should be here. That's the nose, and the mouth is occluded by the massive honkers on this chocolate. What the fuck is this? What is this? Explain to me how you don't see this. How do you not see this, Chad? How do you not see this? This is what I'm talking about. What is going on here? You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Sucky is getting excited. I'm not getting excited. I'm telling you guys have made an abomination of a chocolate. You guys have made an abomination of an ice cream. You have to get pingui on Sunday. Can you also get whatever this thing is? Can you please also get the hippo cocoa? Please get the hippo too. Finally, the suck of some nipples. Yes, it does look like breast, but those are supposed to be nostrils. They're not nostrils. Look at how low it is. To be fair, the OG Happy Hippo was about it. Do I not know what a hippo looks like? A hippo doesn't look like this. Oh, you're right, because a hippo looks like this. It has eyes. A hippo has like eyes here, and it's like oh, and it's like and it's like oh, and it's like and then the mouth, and then the nose is over here. You're right, and then it's like a little like mouth over here, and it's like oh. And it's like, oh, and it's like that. You're right. You're right. I forgot that this is a hippo. You're absolutely right. I forgot that this is a hippo. This is a Giga Chat hippo. This is a Giga Chat hippo. Holy cannoli. This guy is a Chad. You should have got teeth like that. I've never seen a hippo in my life. I've never seen a hippo in my life. I've never seen a hippo in my life. Oh, you like all the original sticky art we're getting. I've never seen a hippo in my life, Chad. I've never seen a hippo in my life. I've never seen a hippo in my life. What does the hippo look like? What does the hippo look like? What does the hippo look like? Chad, I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close. Wrong image. Wrong image. I need to copy this. I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close. That's a pretty close image. They have. Where's his teeth? They have no teeth. Wait, do hippos not have teeth? They don't have teeth? That's weird. What do you mean they don't have teeth? What do you mean hippos don't have teeth? There's something like This is what I imagine the hippo to look like at all times. You're telling me they don't look like a you're telling me they don't have teeth like a giant like gerbil or like something? I feel like something's wrong here. This hippo has been meowing. Have you seen any nipples in your life? I've seen nipples. Yeah, they just okay. Well, I mean, like a real nipple is like this. They're like mountaintops. They're like mini mountaintops. Yeah. SpongeBob teeth. You make it look like a capybara now. It's mewing. It's mewing. This is a. I'm telling you, chat. This is a Chad hippo. But listen, you can't deny my original image. Okay, my original image made perfect sense. Based on the Google pronunciation guide, my original image made perfect sense. Right? The mouth is occluded by the massive honkers. It's just a little smile on the face, and I just forgot that the hippo like looks like this. Sorry, like this. This is a true hippo. It looks like it looks like those ancient statues of like dragons and like stuff. The really ancient statues where like the proportions are all off and it looks nothing like an actual dragon. It's like these things. See if I can find it. I'm trying to find the exact one, but searching Asian dragon statue is here we go. It's like this. It's basically the same mouth. That's what I imagine a hippo is. You probably just asked what you're laughing at. You tried to explain. You just said you enjoy your hippo nipples. I'm telling you, chat. Look, it just looks like that. It just looks like this. Listen, I think I'm onto something. I think whatever you guys made over at Kinder, right? This is. I know what I saw. Okay, where's the mouth? Huh? Is the mouth down here? I don't believe that the mouth is down here. No, this is. I know what I saw. I know what I saw. How do you explain this then? How do you explain this little hump in the back? Huh? I know what I saw. Actually, the more that I look at it, the more of a hippo it actually looks like. Yeah. You see what you want to see. That's the ass. You see what you want to see. That's not the ass. That's the little hump that everyone has on the back of the neck. It's just a neck hump. Yeah, please also get when you go get pingui, please also get the hippo the hippo cocoa. Please tell me how this tastes like. And please eat. You have to eat from the backside first, okay? Tell me what the eyes taste like, especially. That's a bun. That's a bun, like a slick back bun. Hey, the Kinder Maxi King, a unique combination, is a deliciously fresh handheld. Okay, this is weak. These are choco buns. What's this? Perfect share. These have to taste good, right? These look delicious. Although I imagine that the cream is too hard. Maxi King is good. Have you ever heard of a Klondike bar? You ever hear of a Klondike bar, huh? You think the Maxi King is good? Wait till you see this thing. Just square. It is a perfectly even square on all sides. It is the perfect square of chocolate plus ice cream. Foamy and caramel. That sounds disgusting. Why would I want the texture of foam in my mouth? I'd rather have a Klondike bar. But these look pretty good. These look like Kinder Bueno that have been in the fridge for too long. And so they're now like frozen. Like, don't forget to put your chocolate somewhere safe. You put it inside the like freezer, and then boom, you get choco buns. They're a classic. What's this? Now this looks amazing. Wait, I could get behind this actually. This is a Kinder card. It's a unique biscuit with surprising creamy milk and cocoa filling, enclosed within cocoa and milk wafers. This looks pretty good actually. I wouldn't mind this. I do enjoy thin snacks because I enjoy the way that like the flavor melts in your mouth, right? I think these would be my preferred ones. Mind you, I don't even know what these things taste like. I'm just saying this. Pingui, there's a vote for Pingui. We have to get Happy Cocoa. I'm gonna write all of these like down. I'm gonna try to import these from somewhere. These are surprisingly good considering how dry as fuck they are. What do you mean dry? I mean, I guess they are dry. Yeah, I mean, you have a thin layer of milk, alright? You have to save money somehow, okay? And I've heard that Starbucks is not they're not in the coffee business. They're in the milk business. Milk is expensive. Kinder Cocoa Fresh? Wait! This looks even better than a Kinder Bueno. Oh my god, this looks even better than a Kinder Bueno. You guys have been holding out on us. You know in Canada, all we have is a Kinder Bueno? We don't get this. Why are you guys holding things back? You're so dry, you can feel the moisture leaving your like tongue. Kinder Delish. A delicious cake bar. Is it delish or delice? Kinder Country. Country. Why is it in the country? What? Choco Fresh are nice too. Are they not designed as rhinos anymore? What do you mean? Choco Fresh was designed as rhinos? Wait. Kinder Choco Fresh Rhino. I need to find this. Oh! Okay, the only photo that I have is from Facebook. I don't know if I trust this link, but I'll just open it anyways. Yo! That? I know it's really low quality. This is like a forward from like grandma, and it's like, hey, you know, I found this really cool ice cream that I think you might like. I remember that you like rhinos, and then you have to tell your grandma, like, grandma, I'm like 32 now. I haven't liked rhinos since I've never seen a rhino in my entire life. And she's like, you know, Kinder has this new ice cream called the Kinder Choco Fresh. It's been so long since you had these. See, don't blame me, chat. Blame the art department. You tell me this is a rhino? You know what a rhino looks like? What does a rhino look like? They look like that? That's weird. They look like this? Wait, they actually look weird. Side by side. Look, I'm gonna flip between them, okay? Look. I blame the art department. Yes, you see that horn? Is that what makes a rhino, huh? Okay, fine. It's the horn, right? Okay, sure. If it's the horn, then how do you explain this? If it's the horn, then how do you explain this, huh? Which one's the rhino? Tell me, which one's the rhino, huh? Which one's the rhino? It's all about the horn, is it? No, there's more to it. No. I blame the chocolate artisans of Kinder for not crafting a perfect recreation of a rhino. That's a pony? No, it's a rhino. It has a horn. It's a rhino. It's a rhino. You heard there's a new shitstorm about this new version of Choco Bonds called Choco Bonds Crispy because there's absurdly expensive Choco Bonds Crispy. Why does the chocolate have an underbite? Oh my god. That's the best thing I've ever heard in my life. That sentence doesn't make any sense. That sentence has no meaning outside of the context of this stream. That sentence has no meaning outside of the context of this moment. Why does that chocolate have an underbite? Oh god. A unipony. A horny pony. It's not a horny pony. This is a family-friendly pony with one horn. Mewing chocolate seems to be a pattern here. Seems to be a pattern. You're killing me. Listen, we have to thank Kinder, right? They bring sweetness to our life. Sweetness and like joy. Let's go to eBay. Let's find some, what's a good place to buy Kinder Choco Bonds Crispy? So Sweet Canada. Wow. Sorry, this site is awful. $6. $6 reduce. Like Canadian dollar reduce. That's actually it's not that bad, I guess. Is it because the bags are smaller? I can see that then. But I will say, yes, I do agree. They should have kept the rhino design because then it would have gone well with their whatever this monstrosity is. Where is it? Well, what's it called again? Well, what's my shopping list? Pingui and Happy Hippo. I can't look at that. This is TOS. This is a TOS chocolate. Why isn't the penguin in the shape of a penguin? I feel like they're missing out there. The logo is in the shape of a Penguin. It's funny that you chose the unicorn image because you're pretty sure the scientific name for rhinos directly translates to unicorn. No shit. Rhino scientific name. See, this is why we need scientists. Rhinoceratidae. Rhinoceratidae. This is why I'm not supposed to be a scientist. Rhinoceratidae. Rhinoceros. Okay, we're gonna go to the Wikipedia page here. That's a lot of rhino. Yeah, this is like, you know what I mean? Look. Mom, I want a rhino. We have a rhino at home. What happened? What happened? Where's your horn, buddy? Oh, the poor little fella. The poor little fella. Superfamily Rhinoceratoids is a true rhinoceros, which survive as 5 living species. They even have a family tree. This is sick. Oh my god, they have family trees. Cool. There's a family tree of rhinoceri. What's an egg? This sounds like a pun. Eggsy-don't-ite. You're getting abs laughing like this. The real unicorns were the rhinos we made along the way. We found the bioengineer. We found the bioengineer. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right, let's just keep these tabs open. I've like lost. You think it was the Indian rhinoceros that was called a unicorn? Oh, was it this one? This is all we have left, huh? This is all we have left of it, huh? Was it even real? I don't even know. What you're looking at here? Okay, chat. I want you to know, there's no difference between these 4. There's no difference. Nice underbite. That's why the chocolate has an underbite. This chocolate was based off of this jawbone. Oh god, I need a coffee there. That was just too much. Oh my god. That was a slug for a second. Oh god. Oh god. My man's underbite is so strong he doesn't even have that much jaw. This guy's all bottom row teeth. This guy doesn't need a dentist. He is the dentist. I'm actually so curious now about these like rhinos. Why did they go extinct? Did they even taste good? What does a rhino taste like? Is that gonna get me on like a list, and then like David Suzuki is like going to like find me and like attack me? Very similar to Hippo with hints of giraffe. Yes, the rhino. Yes, that's a very good description of the taste of a rhino. Wow, very similar to Hippo, with very similar to Hippo, with hints of giraffe. Just gonna leave that there. Yes, very delicious. Ah, yes. Why'd they go extinct? Did they taste too good? I'm telling you, animals survive off of one thing, off of 2 things: what they taste like, and then, was it how cute they are? Right? If they're not cute, they better hope that they taste bad. Otherwise, we're going to eat them. When the doctor asks you to find 4 differences on the picture, they say grind no? No, sorry, rhino. What's a juicia? Trigonius, juicia, subheracodon. That's a lot of rhinos. Minoceros. Oh, and then they have armor? Chad, you never told me that they have armor. You never told me that they have armor. They look like a world map. Wait. Tell me the difference. Tell me the difference. I'm gonna Google world map, and if the map is wrong, don't blame me. Blame the site that I got it from. Okay. Wait, a globe. What's the difference, chat? What's the difference? It's all the same. It looks like a continental breakdown. It's all the same. That means huge rhino. The more layers, the huger the rhino. No one told me that they have armor layers of skin. Sticky discovering animals for the first time. I did say that I never leave my basement here. No, that's no. Oh, the Chinese name one. Wait, really? Ju is huge, and then Xiao is rhino. It means huge rhino. That's an amazing name. That's an amazing name. It's like that bacteria that's like named Germa. It wasn't 3 elephants. It was just one rhino. The Kinder Choco Fresh he told you not to worry about. That's actually sick. Huge. I mean, it was a huge rhino. This guy is tall. And look, he has a horn. Like an actual built-in horn. A bone horn. Wow. I love rhinos. If I was a child, I think that Kinder, the Hippo Cocoa, the Happy Hippo, this would absolutely be my favorite chocolate. After seeing all of this, I think this would be my favorite chocolate. But I do want to save this image at some point. I'm gonna keep this tab. I guess you did leave school early. Now you know my secret. I did leave school early. You have to go shower? No worries. And thank you for showing up. Again, there's no pressure for anyone to show up. There's no pressure. I just want to let you know. There's no pressure. Built-in horns, as opposed to the aftermarket ones, the peasant rhinos yet. The peasant rhino has to go out to Amazon and get their aftermarket horns. We hadn't even gone through the entire list of chocolate. I completely lost the point that I was trying to like make, or like the thing that I wanted to show you all. I don't even know how we got here. I think we got here from like McDonald's or Tesco meal deal from Sensations. Oh yeah, it was because I saw a Kinder something. I saw Kinder Bueno, and then we went all the way here. And then somebody said that Kinder was made by the Germans, and they saw Happy Cocoa. I remember now. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh man, this was a very enlightening experience. I don't think I can ever go back to Kinder ever again and like see it in like a normal light. Especially the Happy Cocoa. I just can't believe that the Happy Hippo one actually exists. Oh my god. But I'm telling you guys, Klondike is a close second. The problem that Klondike has now is that they don't have any cool shapes, right? You need to have a really cool shape. A square is not going to cut it. You get something like this, man. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, the whole reason for this was to say, in the UK, you have better choices than Tim Hortons. You have the Kinder Happy Hippo. So go buy the go get your Tesco meal deal. Get the Happy Hippo, and then with your Tropicana orange juice and your original chicken saute snack, and avoid the Tim Hortons double cheeseburger. Cool shapes like flesh finger. What is a flesh finger? Why does it sound like flesh finger? Amazing. I even found the German site. Wow. You often had one of those. Why? The question is not, you often had one of those. The question is why. There's only one reason why you could have this. This is not a snack, chat. This is not a snack. Is there like a PNG of it that's like cropped? Wait, I have an idea. I have an idea. Give me a second. I have a wonderful idea. Sticky is discursive as ever. When have I never not been discursive? Right? But that's kind of the joy of streaming, is you just kind of go wherever the winds take you, right? Wherever the winds go, you go, right? I go where the winds go. I don't know how large this image is, so we'll go like this. We'll get this. Okay, we'll do this. I'm doing this all off screen, so you can't see it yet, sorry. But you will see it soon. Oh. Ah, interesting. Okay, interesting. All right. Wait, sorry. Sorry, chat, you can't see anything yet? Okay, so I got that. Okay, now we gotta go down, merge down, and then. Okay, oh, here we go. Yeah. Yeah. That's this is gonna be amazing. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. Oh yeah, my flesh finger. My flesh finger. Yes. My flesh finger. Yeah. No comments. No compression. I need this thing to be like full size. For what's going to happen. Yes. Discursive makes you feel dumb. You Google it and you still don't get it. No worries. It took us a long time to understand too. It's like when your mind, it just goes everywhere. As far as I can tell, that's what it means. And if I'm wrong, then I also don't get it. The truth is, I don't get anything, okay, chat? I lean off of your knowledge, okay? All of yours. I think it just means that you go all over the place. Wait, where's the items? Here we go. Oh yeah, here's streaming assets, items. Perfect. Oh my god, yes. Okay, let's get my flesh finger in there. Flesh finger. We'll get the my flesh finger. There we go. Drop it in there. Nice. Okay, good. Now if I do this, flesh finger. Cool. Aha. 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 Yes, my flesh finger. I now have hands. Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. That's perfect. This is like a final boss in like a Final Fantasy game. It's the same vibe. It's the same vibe as a final boss in a Final Fantasy game. Absolutely amazing. Oh, it's so good. It's so perfect. It's so silly. It's so good. Wait. Perfect. Here we go. Yes. Yes. I promise I'll catch up on the chat messages soon. I swear. I need to do this. How do you rotate things? Wait, I need to rotate this. Sticky got an upgrade. No, he's handy. Now he's handy. Now I'm handy. Oh, I can even censor. Wait, there's even a censor function in the V2 seal that I've never used. What does the censor do? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh my god. I've never used that function in my entire life. It's so good. Alright guys. Hey gang. Well, welcome to my stream. Hope you guys enjoy your stay. My hands are mirrored. Oh, you're right. Listen, they don't give me many options to like flip here, okay? I only get one or two flip choices here. Oh man, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This is what technology was made for. This is why. Ah, so good. So good. Anyways, time to catch back up. You often had these. You had these to like eat. The benefit with ice is that you can easily get rid of all the evidence of your shameful acts. So true, king or queen. So true. Let's go on tangents. I need to stay full size. What's gonna happen? Hey yo, let's say yap. I'm a yap god. Thank you. Ah yes, you're beautiful. The thumbs are the wrong way around. Listen. This the V2 City only gives me so many options to like flip here. Okay, how about this? Well, now it's the right way around. The sensor bar. The sensor bar. Perfect. See, now it's the right way around. Perfect. All right, there we go. It's good. It's absolutely perfect. Just gonna leave it like this. Okay, we're just gonna leave it like this. If we go any further, it's gonna get even worse. We have to stop now. We're gonna put all these over here. Gotta leave these here. And we're gonna keep. I'm gonna keep these for later. I'm gonna do the hippo afterwards. The hand was a good addition to my thing. I need to get rid of all the evidence of the various species of a hippo. Because while this is fun, I need to stop now before it's too late. Before the stream gets like banned. All right, we have gone too far. The hippo was already cutting it close. The nipples were cutting it close. Okay, but now the sensor bar and the fingers. This is really gonna do. This is gonna do me in, chat. This is gonna do me in right there. That whole segment right there. It's gonna do me in. I gotta be careful. The whole point of the segment was to go into the state of play. The Sony state of play. This whole thing was to talk about the Sony state of play. Oh god, I'm gonna save this hippo image too. This image is I actually really enjoyed this like image, but there's different layers to it. So we have to. Okay, which layer should we keep? I think we keep every layer except for the dragon, right? I think the dragon has to go. That's so weird. Why? Wait, the undo is like strange. That's so strange. I can't undo the dragon. The dragon is a part of the image forever. I've never seen that. The dragon stays forever. Oh my god. The dragon is an infinite part of the image now. Wow. Okay, keep this. Good. My hippo. This is my hippo. This is my Giga Chad hippo. He's like mewing at like people. He's mogging us. He's mogging us down. The whole point of this. Ah! I closed the entire thing! The whole point of this was to go into the Sony state of play. I don't even know how we got to this point. I just know that at some point, the reason why this happened was because the Sony State of Play was a very important thing to segue into. I've lost the plot. All I know is that today, before we start the fun, relaxing games, we're gonna check out some of the game trailers that like came up that seemed cool that I wanted to check out because they appealed to me in some way. Okay, especially one game that I've been waiting for a very long time, which we're going to start with first. Okay. We just lost. We just lost over here. This game, Jad, I've been waiting for a very long time. A game like this. Now, I need to give context. I love dress-up games. This is a very... You know me. I love dress-up games. I've talked about this. My wife used to play this dress-up game on mobile called Nikki something. Dress-up Nikki or something? I don't know. It was about dressing up this like person in any clothing that you wanted. They got a 3D version, which the ads are very bodacious. It's got a lot of walking scenes where you stare from behind at like a low angle. They announced this at the State of Play, which is Sony's like whole thing about announcing their new games for their console. This is going into beta for the PS5 only. This is the only game that I've ever wanted where I'm like, okay, this is the reason why I want this console. Was for this game in particular, an MMO dress-up game. MMO dress-up game. Peggy 18. They didn't say that.
Mama.
I said that. I gotta get rid of the hippo. I gotta get rid of the hippo flavors.
I think I was dreaming.
It wasn't a dream. We were really transported to Mirrorland.
I just want you all to remember this is a dress-up game. Okay, so whatever you see here, this is all in service of being able to dress how you want to dress.
The path of a stylist is never easy.
The path of a stylist. This is what fashionistas believe that their life is like. That they're gonna go around, find the hoi polloi who look like ass, and they're gonna try to find them to like dress them up to make them look better.
So, are you ready for it?
We're ready.
It simply doesn't work like that. But I want it to. I've been waiting for this game for a long time. The whole point of this game, as far as I can tell, is to dress things up, but I've never seen anything about it. But apparently, now that I see this, there's a weird platforming segment of it too. Just look at it. If I had the opportunity to, and I knew what I was missing out on, I think I would have bought the Barbie horse games for my GBA instead of Castlevania. Right? There were only two paths that I could have gone down in like life, and I ended up going down the Castlevania route. Right? I could have gone down the Barbie horse game route. And this is all you really need in a dress-up game. Is opportunities to take photos, opportunities to dress up and look nice, and for some reason they made it like an open world Genshin Impact Breath of the Wild style game. And I don't know why they did this, but it's fascinating to see because they're original games. I'm gonna show you in just a moment. Nikki dress up game mobile. Is this Love Nikki?
Is it you who pursues infinity? Or is infinity...
So I don't know why they added a whole RPG element to this game, because this is the original game, and as far as I can tell... Oops, wait, wrong link. Let me open up the link to a link that doesn't dox me. This is the original game on mobile that people love to play, that my wife loved to play, and I thought was really cool. Where you dress up your character to look any way that you want. It was really, really, really cool. Is this exclusive for the Sony console that no one could buy anywhere? Or can we also get this on something else? As far as I can tell, this is only for the PS5, which really sucks. What is she doing with the horses in this game? You don't want to know. Testing Q3, what does it mean? It's going to be in a beta test. So this game is coming out as a beta test because this is their first ever, like, I guess, like MMO style, like, dress-up game, okay? In this game, you could visit other people on mobile to see their stuff, and no joke, it was a ranking battle. You had to go into PvP against people to see who had the best, like Riz. Like, you had to actually, like, look better than someone else to, like, de-rank them, okay? It was a vicious fight for the #1 spot. I'm telling you, chat. Every single day there was a new number 1 inside the game. The only reason that I knew is I really, really wanted to see my wife play this game. So it has become more open to putting stuff to PC. So who knows? That is true. I'm hoping that this does come to PC because it would be interesting. I think this game has a huge market that could actually work on the PC. The reason why I don't think so is because the people who made the Love Nikki series, they're primarily about the mobile market. And so I think for them, they see the console as like an extension of the mobile market, right? It's basically just the mobile market light. In Russian, to lose means to LOL, and to lose with sauce means to LOL so hard you shit your pants. we just lose. Yeah, this is gonna be a very interesting game. I've been waiting for a game like this for a long time. The only thing that I don't understand is why they decided to go for like a weird RPG angle with like evil enemies and like, you know, different monsters and like stuff. I think the game didn't need that, but at the same time, it's like, can I really complain when all I wanted was more love Nikki in my life? However, it is actually possible to check because I think the page for it is up now. Last time I checked, it wasn't there. Here we go. Here's the official site. It's glam time, anytime. Wait, chat. There's a new comment. I just want. Wait, actually, sorry. Before we continue, somebody left a comment on my video, which I thought was interesting. You remember when I did the sock thing with American Truck Simulator? Bro, those socks are fucking disgusting. I was like, dude, come on, man. It's actually nice. Femboy socks. All the comments I gotten on that video are about the socks. I just want to listen. Everything that I've gotten on that video is about the socks. Femboy socks. Yo, bro's wearing femboy socks. Those socks are fucking disgusting. I'm like, they feel good. They throttle the blood from my throat, from my foot. That person has never seen a programmer in their life. That's why I said, when they said femboy socks, I said, no, programmer socks. Programmer socks. Yeah, let's see if this game actually does play on PC too, because I would be interested. Is this the same thing? It's not. Chat, this is a new video. This footage is from development versions, not indicative of the final product. Is this in-game footage? There's no way this is in-game footage. It is! Chat, it has that distinctive... No, it has no. It's the distinctive mark of a pre-render. I'll take it back. This might be in-game footage. I really hope this is in-game footage, because my god. To be fair, if it's at this quality of, like... If it's at this level of, like, quality, then it makes sense, right? Because what is the point of a fashion game? It's to see everything that you want to see and to dress yourself up the way that you want to dress up. It's why my model looks like this. I dress myself up the way that I want to dress up too. So hopefully it does look like this. But what's interesting is that they added this whole adventure game element, which I was very surprised about. I didn't actually understand this ever, because like the original game is just you just dress up, and you like PvP people in a popularity contest. It's like it's like walking the red carpet, and like the people on the red carpet, you know, determine whether you live or die by how good you look, right? It's a very like cutthroat world, which I guess makes sense for the point of the story, but I do hope that this thing is like multi-platform. But let's see if I try to sign up, what happens? There's fishing! Chat, this might be the best game ever. There's fishing, and the fish, I bet you can dress this fish up in like a onesie. And forget the horses. All you need to do is I have a dress-up fishing game, and you got me. You got me. Wow. Oh yes, you might need to get this fashion fish. I'm telling you guys, chat. I think this is actually gonna be a banger game, right? Because just the dress-up element alone is fantastic. If they nail the like cozy sort of like, you know, Stardew Valley-esque style minigame structure as well, then I think they have a banger on their hands. And I've never played a Love Nikki game that hasn't been bad. I mean, my wife has never played a Love Nikki game that's ever been bad. My wife. Yes, my wife. Yes. My wife has never played a Love Nikki game that's ever been bad. Not me, my wife. Oh my god! There's even that genre of like a gigantic, you know, of a gigantic woman stepping on the smaller people. Amazonian queens! Imagine me going through this without ever changing the starting clothes and you just go fishing. You're the type of player that they fear. You know when you sign up to like play this game, right? You have to give your Twitch username, and so they're gonna go through and find all of your chat logs, and they're gonna find that one message, and they're gonna be like, we can't let this person play this. We cannot let them try this. They're gonna ruin us. Yeah, that one genre. Yeah, that one specific genre. Again, I'm still not really sold on the whole platforming aspects. Because, like, it feels like it gets in the way. But if I could do this in the game, yo, if I could do this and glide in my beautiful, you know, Chanel dress on my beautiful 2050, like, Tesla glider, boy, oh boy, am I excited. I can't wait. Open world X dress-up adventure. It's glam time anytime. But yeah, this is the one game that was like, this has to be the best one. And what's funny is that if you look at my tabs, there's Dynasty Warrior, there's Monster Hunter Wilds, Path of Exile 2, there's other cool Silent Hill. I saw all of these and I was like, I don't give a shit about these. I care about Love Nikki, Infinity Nikki. Enter my email. I'm showing you this email so that more than 2 people can email me. There's only 2 people who use this email. Solar Crown where? What's Solar Crown? Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. What is this? What is this? You know why? Do you know why, chat member? Because besides you and me, no one else likes driving games here. People watch my driving stream not to see me drive. They watch my driving stream to see my feet. It's just not the same. You know what I mean? It's just not the same. But wow, this thing actually looks sick. Wait! Fully recreated Hong Kong! You never... Yo! Wait, chat, this thing actually might be amazing. Wait. Fully recreated Hong Kong.
All these years, I've explored.
We have 2 viewers from Hong Kong. Do we have 2 or 1? We have 2 viewers from Hong Kong. 3! We have 3. We have 3. I know there's a 3rd one.
And prestige.
That's why I watch. Yes, exactly. See, we have confirmation. It's all about the socks. Final Fantasy 14 is basically a fashion game. You always just wear whatever random ass gear you pull out of a cave. That's really, I mean, it's a metaphor for life, right? You do what you can for the sake of fashion, right? You don't go outside naked, no, because you want to look a certain way.
All these years,
Dress for
I've
success.
explored the streets of Hong Kong Island in search of wealth, fame, and style.
Wait, chat, this game actually seems amazing. I didn't know that this game existed. Coming out in September 2024. I'm gonna get this game day one. This is exactly the kind of games I wanted. A fully simulated place that has, like, you know, the vibe of the place to drive around. And it's Hong Kong.
It's not just about performing on the
I will say, the vibe of Hong Kong is very unique to Hong Kong. And I really enjoyed the vibe of the streets there. The streets there feel like a certain way. Like, you know it's Hong Kong, and you get that certain feeling when you go through it, even in, like, person, right? And then you have all the media around it that, like, sort of, like, builds up this, like, image of Hong Kong too. That like, kind of matches what it is in, like, certain ways. The only thing that you miss out is like a VR like hot suit that simulates the scalding heat that makes you sweat out of your ass. And because every step that you take, you feel like you're going to melt.
track.
That's the only thing
About
missing from the
mastering
Hong
your
Kong
image
experience
to
in, like,
remain
most of the
visible
games.
and shine among the elite.
2025.
I burned throughout the competition.
And the
Yeah, this is actually amazing.
luxurious suites that
I love this.
express
Thank you for
what I-
telling me about this. This excites only two. This excites only two people, one and me, one viewer and me. So no, show me the streets of Hong Kong. You know, this also this reminds me of Sleeping Dogs. I thought that game was really good because of the aspects of like what they took from like Hong Kong action films and put into that game. I thought that game was fantastic. And to get a driving game based on that, so like similar I guess like motif or similar I guess like whatchamacallit, design ethos, I think is interesting. Oh, with an Italian car in Hong Kong. Chat, oh my god, chat, it actually looks kind of cool. Yo. Forget. Okay, you know what's funny? This person is playing exactly like how I play in American Truck Simulator, except they follow more road rules than I do. I've never stopped at a stop sign. I think I've read every single red lights since we started. This game is my kind of game. Wow. Speaking of that, you watched that Jackie Chan movie the other day. The one about having the memories of an ancient Chinese. You watched it? You watched it? You watched it? You watched it? How did you think of it? For context, I don't even need to say the name of the movie. I'm just gonna play you the song, okay? But this does give me Sleeping Dog vibes, yeah. I mean, if this game can like match up to the Sleeping Dogs like stuff, then that's great. Downscale, the series is known for being 1-to-1 scale. Really? No, wait. So like a 1-to-1. This is a series of games. What other things have they made? Isle of Man. Okay, I see why they stick to islands now. Like they had to start somewhere, right? So they were like, okay, let's stick to like, you know, like an island here or there. We can't go too crazy here, guys. Other TDU are unlisted now. Really? Test Drive Unlimited 2 is a 2011 racing video game. Lives Again. Wait, why's it gone? Fan supported. The Review Den. Okay, well that's a cute little cat, but okay, let's go to Wikipedia. Wait, gameplay footage. Test Drive Unlimited 2. I've never been so left with silence before. The silence scares me. I don't know what to feel. Okay, Test Drive Unlimited 2 gameplay. I mean, why did they unlist it? I wonder. Because then, like, would they unlist the Solar Crown? I hope they don't unlist Solar Crown, because Solar Crown's kind of cool. This video is from Game Riot. Okay, please go visit Game Riot on YouTube. Okay, don't. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to mute you. I'm not here to listen to you talk. What? Wait, why is there a storyline? What's this? Why is there a dude? I want to be the dude. I don't want you here as the dude. I want to be the dude. What? I want to be the guy. Oh, come on. Delisting is very common for these games because licensing for cars and music runs out. Oh, you're right. The licensing. That's a good point. Yeah. You think they are connected? The tunnel. Listen. Anything can be connected, right? If a boat can carry you across, is it connected or is it not? That is the... I'm registered. Okay, good. It obviously looks very barren since it's all... But the scale is there. Yeah, I can see the scale. But, like, I'm surprised that they were able to make this work, even with the amount of detail, then. And the fact that it's like it seems like a multiplayer game. I don't know if I want, like, a multiplayer... Like, I don't really care about, you know, multiplayer experiences. I'm gonna be real with you, chat. If I see any of you on the road, and you do what this person does, and you stop at a red light, I'm going to crash into you. Like, if you do this, and you stop at a yield sign, I'm going to hit you from the back at full speed, and then we're gonna continue on our way. I refuse to play with people who follow like traffic laws. Okay, so if you play this with me, I'll run like a public lobby. If you play this with me, you cannot follow traffic laws. I require you to drive at full speed 24/7. You can't yield for a roundabout. You must assert dominance. It's like crossing the street in Southeast Asia. You simply go, and other people need to drive around you. Alright? There is no such thing as waiting for your turn. I'm so down for this, though. This game is sick. So now, already, we've got 2 games to look for. 2 games. And this one comes out in 3 months. You know, Death Stranding 2. You know, Death Stranding 2 is coming out in a year, chat. It's coming out in a year. It's 2025. It gives us time to finish Death Stranding 1, though. Sure, but can you keep up when I go full speed? Why did you... Wait. Wait. Let me just show this. You said it. You said that sentence. You said that sentence like this. Sure, but can you keep up? Sure, but can you keep up when I go full speed, Sonny? That's what you said this like. And then your quote would be under here. Look, your quote would be right under here. Sure, but can you keep up when I go full speed? Can you keep up, buddy? Let's get the angle perfect. Sure, but can you keep up when I go full speed? That's what this looks like. That's what it looks like. It's just a part of the experience. Sure, but can you keep up when I go full speed, huh? Oh god. Oh god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's just so funny. Oh man. Oh, that's good. That's good. You thought that we were talking about me ramming into you if we accidentally met on the road IRL. No. In IRL, I only do drifting when it's very snowy. That's the only dangerous thing that I really do. You tried to find the video with the chicken crossing the road, but couldn't. Have I seen Rango? I've seen Rango. I know exactly what scene you're talking about, and I know why that scene is so hard to find. Rango, they copyright claim the videos like so fast. I think, like genuinely, I think there's like a copyright lawyer who only works for like Rango, and their entire job is to go on YouTube every day to like copyright strike every single clip from on the movie. I cannot find a single clip from that movie that I actually enjoy. It's on YouTube. Oh, well, not on Canadian YouTube. Not Canadian YouTube. Canadian YouTube. Yeah, see chat. We now have 2 good games to play. Okay, Infinity Nikki and Test Drive, as well as Death Stranding 2. Okay, everything else from the PlayStation State of Play I heard was decent, but I didn't really care about. There's some bangers that I did care about though. In terms of this, and this. Okay, we're gonna start from small. We're not gonna watch the full transmission. We're just gonna skip to the gameplay of Silent Hill 2 because I've heard that it's amazing, and I think it's worth it to talk about because I don't know if you played Silent Hill, but I tried to play Silent Hill 1 or 2. I tried to play Silent Hill 2, and when you swing the first weapon that you ever get in the game, it makes this like noise. Bonk noise. It makes this exact noise. I'm not even kidding you. For some reason, they use this exact sound effect inside of Silent Hill 2 when you swing your default weapon. When you first get your weapon, this is what it sounds like. If you hit the wall. And I don't know why they use this sound effect, but ever since my first 5 minutes of the game were fantastic. As soon as I got the pipe, it was ruined for me. I just kept swinging at things and just listening to the sound over and over and over again. Okay? So we're gonna see what they did to alleviate that, to make the game less funny and more actually genuinely terrifying. And less psychological too. So the video you're talking about was basically this, but more intense. You reminded of it when I talked about how you're supposed to run in sea traffic. Yeah, exactly. It really is like that. You get to cross fast. You watched someone play through Silent Hill 2, and it was really good. I wanted to play through it, but again, it's. I find it hard to get into the mood for it, right? Because you hear this. I'm not kidding. This is a real sound effect. Silent Hill 2 hit wall. There's no way to. You like that by replaying the sound, you're just flashing a white light at us. Flashbang! But before we get to the Silent Hill 2 stuff, there's one game series that I've been very interested in. You know, Dynasty Warriors, it died. This is a real sound effect. What does it even mean? Like a real sound effect inside the game. I'm just surprised that it's a real sound effect inside the game. It's a stock sound effect that they just found out of nowhere. Because the rest of the game is fantastic, right? The rest of the game has very eerie sounds, and the music is very, very scary. And then all you hear is boom, 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 boom. It's like, what's going on? It's just not scary. This is a game that I've been looking forward to. I've heard that the latest Dynasty Warriors has died because it was like a cash grab. So I'm curious how this one is. Dynasty Warriors Origins.
Soldiers and officials alike oppress the people for personal gain, and the people must turn to thievery for food.
Is there a language setting? Can I change the language? You know.
Perhaps this is heaven's way of lamenting the state of the land. Men are powerless at the feet of the divine.
I can't keep up when the Dynasty Warriors go full speed.
Someone must.
Lubu has defected. I tried to do this move. And I nearly cut myself. I nearly stabbed myself. So as you all know, I now have a long sword. Okay, I named it Kentucky after the Kensuke sword that Lyles has in Delicious in Dungeon or Dungeon Meshi. I named it Kentucky because it's not as good as Kensuke. So it's like Kensuke's long lost cousin that he doesn't really want one like top 2. This move is ridiculously hard to like do. If you ever saw a warrior do this,
Someone must
they're hot shit. Like they're gonna cut through your armor and you're gonna die. That is some crazy stuff. That takes immense strength and immense skill.
Someone must act.
I tried that. Holy shit. Oh my god, he just he full comboed him. That was like a Street Fighter 6 combo. Oh. Oh, there he was. Is that Cow or is that Cow P? Was that Cow or is that Cow P? I can tell from his face. That's Cow P. I think Cow is dead. I'm pretty sure Cow is dead. Maybe he had died in Dynasty Warriors like 6 or like something. Good old Cow. Chat, I'm telling you, these are real people. Yes, this is okay. This is the lore. Okay, Cow was the emperor for one of the great empires that you play in this game. Cow P was his son. Let's just go to the wiki. Cow and Cow P. Cow P is Cow's son, okay? From Cow comes Cow P. Oh god. I swear to god, this is Dynasty Warriors lore, okay? Cow, the Chancellor of the Han Dynasty, made Cow P, okay? There's also Cow Lee and then Cow Ri. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, I love this game so much. I love this game so much. I love this game so much. So the whole point of this game is that Cow sends his son Cow P to try to take over the rest of us. Doesn't that mean poop in Spanish? Does it mean poop in Spanish? What they have to name him then? Now we need Cow Poo. Is there a Cow Poo? Dynasty Warriors Cow Poo. A Dynasty Warriors. I mean, if they did that, it would be too on the nose, I think, about how funny it is. It'd be too good. Sticky saying that wearing programming sauce while flying around the lost way and mumbling to himself, Cow P comes from Cow. It was a very important plot point, okay? Because at first you would play as because like the whole point of the game was that you would play as Cow P, right? And then you'd be going through the whole thing, and then Cow P would fail to quell the rebellion, and so Cow had to step in. And then Cow was a boss as you played the opposite end, but then you could unlock Cow by playing Cow P. If you got a high enough rank playing Cow P, you could step up to play Cow. I'm not even kidding you. You had to get a high rank as Cow P to play as Cow. And if you did enough work, you could then play as Lu Bu, who defected from all 3 kingdoms. Oh, I love Dynasty Warriors so much. Again, none of this lore makes any sense, but that's all from one game. That's all from one game. The way you described it to the chat, you're trying to find it. An animation of a depression can slowly cross the road as if it wanted to be driven over the cars, and it gave you birds on the wires. I think I know birds on the wires, but I don't think it's the same animation. But I know the scene for like Rango, I think. Although all I really understand about Rango is that it's a lizard. It's a bad time to refocus on what's happening right now. Cow, level 1 Cow, level 100 Cow. We can make a shitty mobile ad right now. Chat, we can make a shitty mobile ad right now. So this is Dynasty Warriors lore. Okay, this is very ancient Dynasty Warriors lore. On the PS2, there was a Dynasty Warriors game. I mean, on like every major console, there was a Dynasty Warriors game where you had to play as, you know, these various legendary figures from the Romance of the 3 Kingdoms, right? This whole thing apparently has like an actual like was it story backing, and it's all based on the I'm so sorry, it's so bright, I'm so sorry. It's all based on the Romance of the 3 Kingdoms, right? And Cow is Cow P's son. Oh, sorry, no. Cal P is Cao Cao's son, and you would play as Cal P to level up in order to be able to like do Cao Cao or to be Cao Cao. Listen, don't ask me, okay? He's the Emperor of the Han Dynasty. He knows more. He knows more than he's letting on, okay? Now we need shitty text. Let's see shitty text. What was it? Level 1 to level 100, right? Here. We'll do Comic Sans. Comic Sans MS 94. We'll do like green. We'll do like a very like wheat shade of green here. Level 1 Cal P. Level 1 Cal P. Level 1 Cal P into, and then we'll draw like an arrow, like a gradient arrow or something, into level 100 Cao Cao. Level 100 Cao Cao. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I need to lower the font size. It's simply too large. Cao Cao is Cao Cao himself does not have much real estate, which is actually very much the plot of the entire game. The plot of the game is that Cao Cao doesn't have enough real estate. It's why he's going like around trying to conquer different like empires. It's why, you know, he's one of the central figures of the entire story, right? So you have Cao Cao, you have level 1 Cao P. Cao P needs to be smaller font because he needs to level up into Cao Cao. Level 1 Cao Cao. If I in another life I would have made like a mobile game ad. Like in another life I would have made shitty mobile game ads. I'm wasting my potential by being here on like Twitch. I think. Level 1 Cao P 2. Level 1 100 Cao Cao. Level 100 Cao Cao. Perfect. You don't think it has chickens trying to commit Minecraft? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Although I think the lizard almost did at some point, right? The like wrangle Liz. That almost sounded like a cuss word in Chinese. Wait, which please teach me. I need to learn more. I need to learn more profanity as long as it's not super bad. Can you believe that more time has passed since the release of the first Dynasty Warriors game, and now then between the release of the game and the historical events that portrayed it? Wait, really? Wait, wasn't the Three Kingdoms like 1,000 years ago? It's been 1,000 years since Dynasty Warriors 1. Is the Three Kingdoms not like a real thing? The romance of the Three Kingdoms. Wait, romance of the Three. What did Cao Cao actually look like? Oh my God, chat. He has a whole. Oh. You do not want to know what he looks like. They made him look really cool. They made him look really cool. Wow. Okay, chat. I'm gonna show you Cao Cao versus Cao Cao. Oh, you were joking. Oh, sorry. Everything seems real to me now. Chat. I want Cao Cao. Mom, I want Cao Cao. We have Cao Cao at home. This is the last living record of Cao Cao. This is this is a maybe an artist depiction of a Cao Cao. I don't even know if the romance of the Three Kingdoms was necessarily real. It's based on it's like based on the real kingdoms, but I don't think it's real necessarily. It looks like you're supposed to color it in. It does look like one of those like coloring art books, right? Like color things in. What color was his dress and like stuff? You know what I mean? Smeckledorf. What is Smeckledorf? What are these German words, huh? Smeckledorf. To get ripped off, fucked, screwed in a negative manner. They stole my cheese. We got Smeckledorf. What? You mean dude Ben? Oh, it's from SpongeBob? Good old Cao Cao. Anyways, this is the story. This is actually the story. Level 1 Cao P into level 100 Cao Cao. And I'm going to save this image. And we're going to have it on the stream because I think this is a perfect image for the trailer that we're going to watch for the last 20 seconds of it. Dynasty Warriors lore. .png. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now where's the trailer? We actually need to finish the trailer. I'm not legally obligated to. There's no sponsor, but we might as well do it. But I need to find Cao P and his son Cao Cao. Where is it? Dynasty Warriors lore. 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 Sorry, chat. I'm trying to find it in my folder. Chat. I don't know where it is in my folder. Lore. Lore. Oh, it's I put it in the wrong folder. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Wowza. Level 1 Cal P to level 100 Cal. Yeah, Romance of the Three Kingdoms is like a romanticized version of the actual history. Yeah, see? What they said. Ancient coloring book. But the game looks amazing. I actually think that this game looks really good. I heard that the other Dynasty Warriors, what they failed at was like actually capturing what made Dynasty Warriors good by becoming more of a grind fest. Like the game is naturally grindy, right? Like if I show you Dynasty Warriors on like PS2, right? Dynasty Warriors PS2. This game, like the entire point of this game, thank you X Timeless Gaming X, was to go around and to fight like just mobs of like enemies, right? And to beat different officers. Like Zhou Tai has routed Guo Shi's unit, right? And then Sun Jian is like moving, right? And their morale is like falling. Like it's a very grindy game. But the thing that made this game fun was that it was an arcade game at its heart, and it had like decent combat that kept you engaged. I heard that the newer games leaned too much into the multiplayer aspect, which kind of ruined like the fun of it. So I'm curious to see how this new game is going to go, Dynasty Warriors Origins, because if you look at the trailer for it again, there's one very important fact here. One, you are way too cool. The main character is way too cool to be like here. Like this is way too cool. There are some cool characters in Dynasty Warriors, but they're juxtaposed by shit like Cao and Cao P, right?
Even so,
And this guy,
someone must act.
I almost stabbed myself during that same move with Kentucky. I almost stabbed myself during the exact same move. Look at the movement of his hands. Look, we'll go by frame. We will dissect it, okay? I need a playback speed of 0.25. Look at that. Look at the finger movement. You need to do that. You need to swing it with the centrifugal force around the pivot point of your hand. Then you need to clasp it and swing your hand around in order to grab it in your palm again. Then you need to put it up to your back, and because the blade is a long sword, you need to make sure it doesn't cut your head off. This character is your main character for this entire game. And I'm curious how this is going to go, because the beauty of Dynasty Warriors was that you could be anybody. You could even be Dynasty Warriors PS2 playing as Lu Bu. Or you could either be Lu Bu, or you could beat Lu Bu. Look, you could be Lu Bu. You could be Lu Bu. Thank you. This video about playing Lu Bu in Dynasty Warriors is from a channel called Lu Bu. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. This is Lu Bu's personal channel. This is his personal channel. Lu Bu came back. Lu Bu traveled to the future, made a YouTube channel, and wanted to show us just how cool he was by playing his own story mode. Oh my god, Lu Bu is amazing. Lu Bu is everywhere. Lu Bu is the next top YouTuber. Holy shit, I didn't expect that. But see, look, you can play as Lu Bu, the guy who defected from all three kingdoms and became known as a monster on the battlefield before he was finally struck down, right? You can play anybody. You can play as Shen Gong. You can play as Lu Bu. You can play as Cao Pi. You can play as Cao. You can play as anybody. You can even play as Sun Tzu. And I know because I hated playing as Sun Tzu. He was the weakest dude, no health, with a really shitty fan move. And the new Dynasty Warriors, I don't think you play as Lu Bu. I think you just play as generic cool guy number 27. I mean, he's pretty cool with his sword, right? But I don't know how it's gonna go in terms of like being able to like have fun with the game and like actually enjoying what you play. Because it's like won't it get boring? But then they show you the ability to command troops, actually give orders. Because in the original games, you couldn't give orders at all. It was like they just moved in like a set pattern, right? And you also get to switch weapons, which I think is a very key aspect, right? It's still not as cool as being Lu Bu with his spear, with his dragon spear. But still, it's pretty good. I think this game is actually going to do very, very well, and I'm excited at least because I enjoyed Dinosaurs. It's such a short trailer that you don't really get to see much, but I'm glad that we found Lubu's YouTube channel. Gonna subscribe to Lubu.
But now Yuan Shao is afraid of me.
I love you, Lubu.
So my officers and I
You
got
taught
out
me
there and joined up
what
with
it
Liu Bei
means
and Shapi.
to stand only for the
Liu
strong,
Bei's a pretty poor
and so I
ruler, so
defected
went and stole
from
his
my
That made him mad.
place
So
of
Solo
living
now
in
found
order
out
to
and
strike
come and take it back.
fast at
Looks
the
like we
heart
got some stupid
of the
plan
rebels,
to use the river again.
invading our
Just
fair
let 'em
invading our fair empire. Fuck! I pressed back by accident. God damn it!
Took care of Gong's
Anyways, that's Dynasty Warriors Origins. Hope you all like that. Another game that I've been looking forward to is Path of Exile 2. I know this is weird, but they've changed the gameplay elements. So we know for a fact that they've changed the gameplay to like a WASD movement with mouse aiming. And this is a new gameplay trailer. Console-exclusive gameplay trailer. And I'm curious to see what this game actually looks like and what's new from this video. Also, sorry for blowing out your ears. I always forget. But see, the problem with Path of Exile, or most ARPGs in general, is the growing complexity. There are too many things that you need to do. You need to know about a million stats and like stuff. The raw gameplay itself was kind of boring. For the most part. You couldn't really do much. I don't care about you talking. Show me the gameplay. The thing that makes these games interesting is that build path, but it can also make it boring for some people because you effectively play a spreadsheet game. What they seem to have been trying to do was turn this more into an action game, which you can see right here. The roll. There's actually a lot more movement patterns that you have to do, and you need to aim your moves much more carefully in order to actually like do things now. It actually matters how you move, and in a weird way.
We've got a dedicated team for console.
I don't know if you guys actually knows this. This game looks a lot like playing No Rest for the Wicked, or even like any other like top-down ARPG that like has very action-based mechanics. Like it actually looks like a very good evolution of this genre that I think they recognize the coming tide of like, okay, people want more like actual gameplay versus just numbers. You need to get back to reading papers. I studied so hard. No worries. Thank you for showing up. And again, there's no pressure to a state. I lube you, you lube, lubu, you lubu, we all lubu. We're all
You can
lubu.
play through the whole game from beginning to end together, enjoying the story along the way. And one of the great things is that in Path of Exile 2,
But this is, I think, a good evolution for this game. I wish they talked less. It just showed me more gameplay.
Then we started to expand.
Because I really don't care about the like talking. I don't care about the various things. I just want to see what it looks like and what it feels like to like play. But I really enjoy what they're trying to do with the gameplay of this game. And I'm excited for it because again, I think most RPGs are kind of boring. You saw me play Diablo. You can play that game with like one hand, right? Especially if you play a summoner, there's not really much to it. But a game like this, where it requires more actual skill, more aiming, more movement, more understanding, and where you're also more directly moving around as well. It adds a lot of interesting skill skill levers that the player can like pull versus just clicking in the right place, right? It feels less like a spreadsheet game and more like an active game. Sadly, I can see why this video was useless. I don't know why you would ever go to State of Play. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was watching the Sony State of Play, and they showed me that video, and I got like maybe like a minute worth of like gameplay clips from a video about a game, I think I would have just left. In fact, the Silent Hill transmission may be that as well. Sorry, Lubu, you have to go. This is the final game that I've been looking forward to, and then we'll check out the rest of the trailers very, very briefly, just to see what else was like new. This game in particular is one that I'm sure many of you will enjoy. And wow, what happened? Why is it so delayed? It's like multiple minutes. This is like me when I start my stream, and I leave the starting soon screen on for like 10 minutes, and then I like go on voice and I'm like, sorry guys, I gotta finish my tuna sandwich, and then I come back after like 9 more minutes. Amazing. But Silent Hill is a legendary game. It's a very so legendary. Sorry, I ate a sandwich. That they're actually remaking Silent Hill 2. Now, I said the bonk noise was weird, but there's another aspect to it that I didn't really enjoy. You were so far away from it. Sucky, what? Wait, does it sound like I'm like sucking something? I am. It's my tuna sandwich, but this is fantastic. You're stealing? No worries. Go ahead, steal up. Go have fun. There's no pressure to say again. No pressure to say, kidnap him. Get him out of here. I refuse to negotiate with people who call me sucky. You need to show him a dino. What dino? You guys have a dinosaur? What are you guys doing in like Germany? You guys have dinos? And the gold bum. What does that mean? What does that mean? The sexy Jeff Goldblum. Oh, Goldblum. Oh. You're watching Jurassic Park. Okay, go have fun. Enjoy the movie. You've never seen Jurassic Park? What are you? What are you? You're like a boomer. You've never seen Jurassic Park. You don't even know who Cow is. How can you? How is this possible? But you know about the Hippo Coco, and you know that the Kinder Chocolate used to be a rhino. Why do you know the weirdest things? What's wrong with you? How do you know about the Rhino Chocolate and not about Jurassic Park or about Cow? But yeah, have fun. It's a pretty good movie. I like it. It's from its time. I think nowadays the effects obviously doesn't really pan, but back then it was like, yo, the effects are so cool. Wow. So your mileage may vary, but I still think it holds. It's a you know what? It's the only movie I've seen where programmers hold people's lives in their hands, right? Most of the time, they depict us like Milton from Office Space. That's the only time I've seen a programmer actually do like damage. I was like, yo, that's some crazy damage, right? That and like Cyberpunk. The only two times. It's a cultural film for programmers to watch. So enjoy. This game I've been waiting for a long time. The top-down version of Silent Hill, I think, is good, and I think it's great for the atmosphere, and I think the story still holds, right? But moving to like a lower camera angle and just getting you more into the action, I think is gonna do wonders for how this game is going to feel like.
What could she mean?
What could she be? Look,
This whole town was our special place.
good time too.
You
I need to watch
promised
my
you'd
hands.
take me there again someday. But you never did.
Came back. I gotta sink really close.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago.
This is why I think this remake is gonna be very, very good. It's a bit like the Resident Evil remakes, right? Resident Evil 1 and 2, I think did this the best in terms of the remakes and how they changed the camera angle to make you more in the action, but also more in the moment. I think that's one of the most important parts of a horror game, is actually truly being immersed into the moment. Oh my god, I have to bring something in. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Resident Evil 1 and 2 did this very, very well. They recognized that while the games were scary for the time, they recognized that the landscape has sort of evolved, right? We've evolved beyond the technical limitations of the game. We understand now what makes horror very, very effective. We've had decades of experience in making horror things, both in terms of the movie side, the cinematic side, as well as from the experience side. We know what it means to be terrified, and we know how to get into people's minds now. We've had examples of things that work and that don't work. We even had experience from experimental things, like that one PS2 game that messed with you by playing with your memory card, like stuff. We know what makes horror work. And this change is, I think, a representation of what they recognize how the times were going. It's Konami saying, okay, well, we have this storied like a game series that people praise. It's a cult classic, but how can you play it now? There's no way to. There's no way to like capitalize on it. They try to with certain things, like that live action one with like a weird, I don't know, like multi-episode like web content thing. It was strange. It's more of a web series, but it didn't really work out. Because no matter what you do, when it lacks interactivity, when it lacks player choice, you're not able to actually take part in the horror. And so you're not able to actually be afraid because you're not actually there in the moment. You're always separated by something. When you bring the camera down, it has a strange effect of putting you right inside of the action. And I was always always aware of how weird the game played, and I didn't really enjoy the gameplay, even though I knew it was going to be a great experience overall. I couldn't get through it because of exactly that. I was taken too far away from what was going on. And so when I see this gives me hope. This gives me hope that they understand that, hey, there's a way to actually do horror now that I think the industry has sort of like taken the risk for them and discovered what makes sense. You know, between Resident Evil 1, 2, the remakes, as well as Resident Evil 7, and even the Resident Evil 4 remake for a game that was relatively the same in terms of the structure, they understand now what actually makes it work. And I think applying it to this game with so much history and so much, I guess, quality to it, and so much of a unique DNA overall is a great choice from Konami.
Go. Is she really alive?
Like, look at that. Genuinely terrifying. You feel like you're just locked into this like cold and dark and almost like musky town. Just very musty.
What is this?
And this is one of those scenes that I think really emphasizes that change in perspective. From here, you can do camera changes to show off details, right? Or to show off like a more like macro sense of what's going on in relation to everything else. Empty streets, spot of blood. If you do this the entire time, it kind of loses its flair because it's no longer a point of emphasis. It then becomes the entire scene. But from this angle, you can also do things that you can't do from other angles, like that top-down angle that I mentioned. You can't get in there.
Hey, wait.
The worst part is, the moment that you pass into this alleyway, you don't know what's behind you. You never know what's lurking behind you. And you can't tell unless you look back. And if you look back, I mean, there's something in the front of you too. That's what makes this angle work so well. I'm very excited for this. Oh god, that is terrifying. And again, small details like this would not be possible from the old Silent Hill angle. At least not without a lot of effort, right? It's why I think the perspective change is so good, because it even leads to more interesting details that feel much more alive and more appropriate for the context and much more in tune with what's going on. A monster drags you away. They're gonna drag you down an open alleyway. I mean, think of like a jaguar. Grabs its prey, jumps into a tree to eat you away from other predators. What would a monster do? Drag you through the door of a garage underneath it, because it's lying on the ground. Smashes right in just to eat you. Top-down perspective, you wouldn't even see the hole. You would see the blood trail, but you wouldn't even see where it's gone. It's such a good change. Just this change alone, I think, is gonna make this game significantly better. And this, oh god, I don't like that. That level of going in right behind Jesus, Luisis. Oh no. I want you all to know, that's the weapon where the bonk sound came from. I'm telling you right now, in Silent Hill 2, the monsters get up in your face. But because the camera is so far away, you don't really feel it. It's scary a bit, but I think now it doesn't work anymore in this day and age because of how many other things we've seen, how many different ways we've played. I think now, with the state of how games are and what horror games have been doing, seeing that from a much further away angle wouldn't have hit. But this, it makes you want to jump away. Because you see the thing jumping right at your face. You're like, oh god, you have to jump away. Oh my god. One thing I didn't think about though, I didn't realize how visceral it would make the combat. The game does a lot about using the story and using your viscerality in like combat to be like to like drive home a lot of like different points, very interesting points, right? Very interesting themes of like violence and like horror, like body horror. And again, from that top-down view, you don't really see the violence of what you're doing. You don't really understand just how far the main character is willing to like go and what they're willing to like do to find, you know, their partner. But you see it from this angle and you see very clearly he will absolutely murder to find her. And it's vicious. This gameplay trailer is cut very, very well too. They go from gameplay moment to gameplay moments in the same sequence. And look at that. Oh, so good. Nutrition. I'm glad they kept the health drinks.
Where are you, Mary?
Hey. Oh no, the bar is missing the matchstick. What is a bar in the... I've never seen a matchbook IRL, actually. If you're reading this, the place is not what it seems. There's another side to it, hidden behind the rest. Thin as paper.
What you got there?
None of your business. You didn't love Mary anyway.
What? Hey, wait!
Hey, don't talk to me. I know my wife.
Name.
She's my wife. Not yours. Oh yeah,
Where did she go?
I don't know.
this is terrifying.
Let's look around.
You can see how much that they almost like. You can tell what their inspirations were too. It's almost like they took the same playbook that made the Resident Evil 1 and 2 remakes so successful. You really see that in everything that they do. Even the way that like certain elements, you don't just pop up like a menu, like a UI element for it. You like the character actually looks at it, right? Where they actually pick it up and you actually like stare at it. I remember seeing certain elements of this in like some of the Resident Evil remakes as well. And I was like, yeah, this makes sense of what you want to do. Because A, it keeps you in the moment, makes you feel like you're still there. But B, it's also the uncertainty of like what's hiding behind you when you look away from all this to focus on like a map. It wears its inspiration on its sleeves, and I think it chose the right inspirations to take for what it's trying to do. Because I'm gonna say it, and it's a very controversial thing to say probably. There's no real difference between Resident Evil and Silent Hill in terms of gameplay, except for the fact that Resident Evil has way more guns. That's really pretty much the same gameplay, just a very different storytelling like methodology or like writing
This place feels so
ethos.
more than the other places we've been.
That is so nice. And you see that storytelling ethos here. Like you see how much they're willing to give to silence, to just experience things. It is Silent Hill. And I wonder if this is an opinion that is shared by people who have completed the game and really enjoy it. Again, I've only played through a portion of this before I got really annoyed by the gameplay style and the combats. And I've seen enough about the first and other games to understand where it's like going. But I wonder if other fans of this game also share that feeling as well. Because I really, really think that this is a very good take on like what makes it so freaky, while also taking it to like a whole new dimension as well. Because again, They seem to have translated those moments of silence over into this new perspective very, very well. And they don't seem to have leaned too hard into the action sequences. Like, it still feels like what makes Silent Hill different from Resident Evil. Those quiet moments of, like, introspection and, like, thinking are still there. And just taking in the environment. Yeah, that's some terrifying stuff.
Laura! Wait!
It's okay. We don't want to hurt you.
It seems like they're keeping a lot of the same story beats too, but just remixing them in a way too. Because it feels like I'm pretty sure I recognize these names and I recognize the general flow of what's going on. And so it's good that they're keeping as much as they can.
God damn it.
Again, genuinely excited because like this. Oh god.
Where is that girl?
Whoever played this has much more patience than I do. I absolutely would have tried to shoot that. Oh god. That was a very good showcase of the new gameplay. Again, that I think emphasizes exactly what I was talking about. They really kept the same DNA, but they also added their own twist into it, and they made it way, way better in terms of how you play as well. Just the shooting alone, okay? Again, they really focus on the fact that this is a horror game, not an action game. Look at how when you shoot, the longer you keep it trained on someone, you're like crosshair trained on someone, the better your accuracy is. And that's a very, very good horror trope, and that wasn't even from Resident Evil. That probably came from some other games that also did this mechanic, that also were horror shooters, right? They took a lot of different inspirations that I can see, and it makes it, and they like package it all up to like make a new Silent Hill experience with the same sort of trappings that it's always had, with the same focus. And it really, really works out, because again, in a tense moment when something's right in your face, you really don't want to wait, but you have to wait, because if you don't, then you're doomed. It leads to a much more slower, more methodical style of like play, which is, I think, perfect for the series. And the fact that you can shoot them in the leg to knock them down too is like great. And again, the viscerality of it. From this angle, the viscerality is so perfect for what the game's story is trying to tell, and what the game in general is like known for, right? I can't say too much without spoiling it, and I know the whole story, but I'm trying to keep it as vague as I can. It's the perfect... It's the best way that they could have done it, I think, to make this remake work, while still keeping it Silent Hill. Ooh. How would you touch it? Okay, I don't know how I feel about the... Did you always have a shotgun in the game? I know you got some new weapons in Silent Hill too, but I don't recall a shotgun. To be fair, I only played up until I got the pistol, and then I got annoyed at the game, so... Maybe there was always the shotgun. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, this is some terrifying stuff. This is exactly what you want from this game, though. There's not that much of an emphasis on like action. There's still so much emphasis on the environment. Ooh, that is a perfect way of showing it too. You pan around and you just see this like monstrous corner of like insects swarming it. Oh, that sense of claustrophobia transitioning between zones too. Yeah, this is a very long transition, so we won't watch all of it. Well, we might. At least not. We'll stop after they start talking. But it's such a good showcase of what they've done to this game to make it still the same feeling.
Laura, why do you keep running away from me?
That is a very funny statement to say. From the context, I always found that funny was like the writing, and I'm glad that they kept the same like strange writing. Because from the context of this child, right? She's just heard this man like blast a shotgun down the hallway, somebody screaming and like dying. She's probably seen like a million monsters. And then the guy has a pistol in his hand and a flashlight, and his clothes are probably covered in like blood. And he's like, "Why do you keep running away?" It's like, "What do you think, man?" Again, I am glad that they kept the same writing beats, or at least the same writing style. There was something about the writing of this game that was both simultaneously like horrifying and also genuinely hilarious.
Laura,
it's like the perfect mix.
Why do you keep running away from me? And how do you know about Mary?
Mary's my friend. We met at the hospital last year.
Stop lying. Laura, I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
Fine, don't believe me. See if I care.
Hey!
Let go.
I'm sorry, Laura, but I can't let you just run around this place. You might get hurt.
Hurt by what?
Look, just stay with me, okay? This is no place for a kid.
Fine. But there's something I gotta get.
Laura.
It's important.
What is it?
A letter. For Mary.
What?
I hid it. In there.
You know what? I take it back. They significantly improved the writing. I don't know how to explain this. You go through Silent Hill 2 and you go through the writing, the voice acted elements, and the script that they use. There's a certain cadence to the writing that kind of makes you go like, this has to be a comedy, right? Like it's strange the way that they write things. That was a much better piece of writing. If you ignore the voice acting, which I still think is like decent, right? There was still something about that writing that wasn't so like campy or so funny as like the original game. It's actually at least from that small segment, it seemed a lot better. Like there's more gravitas to the entire thing.
It's in the back. Behind an old pipe.
Okay, wait here.
An actual like natural voice acting too.
Open the door, Laura.
Okay, I take it back. I don't know about the voice acting. Haha.
In the back.
Open the door, Laura.
Why should I? I'm a liar, right? Want me to open it? Huh? Do ya?
Let me out of here, you
She said that with the same energy as, you know, like she wanted to end it with the word bitch, but she couldn't, right? Like it's like that.
Why should I? I'm a liar, right?
You little
Want me
bitch.
to open it? Huh? Do ya?
Do ya?
Let me out here, you little brat.
In your dreams, fart face.
What'd you say?
Let me out of here, you little brat.
In your dreams, fart face.
I can't tell if that's good writing or bad writing, but they definitely captured what a 12-year-old would probably say to someone who has like who they've got the upper hand on.
Please open the door. There's something in here.
Sure there is. A big lying fart face. See a fart face?
Laura! Laura!
Everything I hear about this game, everything that I see about this game, makes me want it more and more and more. Again, Silent Hill 2's biggest problems were just the lack of immersion into the environments, as well as the general gameplay loop. It felt so stiff in many places. They've improved on that formula on a pure game basis. It feels like it's a much more fun game to like play. What they haven't changed very much, it seems like, is the writing. It seems like it's the same very, very interesting writing, how do I say this, choices. See you, fart face, stuff like that. It's like it feels like a comedy that's like pretending to be like a horror movie, and yet at the same time, when the writing picks up, it's genuinely terrifying. This was the other game that I was very much looking forward to. The crazy part is I don't even know if it's necessarily PS only. I just know that it was a part of the state of play, or at least they like linked to it or like something. It was all happening at the same time, basically. So it was kind of like a whole segment of it. But I've been looking forward to that game for a long time, and I really hope that it's not PlayStation only, as bad as it is say for like PlayStation watching their state of play. I do think it'd be very interesting to see that game in like full on like PC. There's also other games that came from it, Monster Hunter Wilds and Where Winds Meet and stuff, Skydance and Ballad of Antara. These games that I would like. It's like they're extra games, and I've heard that they were decent. The problem is that we don't have much time. We've been doing this for 3 hours, okay? Going from ice cream into whatever the heck we were just doing, into state of play. Okay, don't look at into the sensor bar, into my fingers. We did a lot today, but it means that we have less time to watch trailers, and it means that those other trailers will simply have to be, and we'll have to leave them where they are because there just isn't enough time. We're going to move on now. Because as good as these trailers are, the rest of the games, honestly, from here, I didn't really care about. Because I look at these concepts and I go, I mean, it's not really like interesting to me. I'm more interested in like the meat and bones of it, which was, the core elements of Silent Hill, the core elements of, in my mind, Dynasty Warriors. Because again, it's more of an action. It's like an action arcadey game that was like started as part of thing. Or that got its start on like the PlayStation, and so I associate Dynasty Warriors with it, as well as the Adjust-Up game. Aside from those, the rest I'm kind of whatever for it. Hopefully the PlayStation does well, but as you all know, I think the PlayStation has a very bad value proposition. Again, we went through that whole segment of like what the value is and like how do you actually like want to buy a PlayStation. I still think that there is value for people who don't know computers. I think there's value for people who like want it for other reasons too, because it is still technically a very good smart media device as well. Comes with a web browser. There's a lot of apps that are made for it, like Crunchyroll and stuff, okay? And so if you want to watch things, or even like Netflix, I'm pretty sure it's on the PlayStation 5, I'm pretty sure, right? Netflix, PS5? Yeah, like there's a lot of different... It's basically like a small smart TV controller. So there's a very good value proposition there if you enjoy those things. But in terms of games, there hasn't been many. Because again, if you look at this list, PS5 exclusives. Even if you trim out all the games from the PS4 exclusive list, this list is still very much lacking. I can't scroll any further. This is the bottom of the page. And one of the exclusives, whatchamacallit, Death Stranding 2 is going to come out in 2025. Silent Hill 2, I'm pretty sure they didn't announce a release date yet either, and so that's probably going to come out by end of year or even next year. So you're buying a console that's for maybe these games in particular. And if you don't care about Astro's Playroom or the sequel which is being made, which I didn't care about, if you don't care about Final Fantasy VII, you don't care about Horizon, you don't care about Cellblade, Spider-Man 2, Rise of the Ronin, Quantum Error, Wolverine, anything like any of these, it's very hard to like justify why you would want a PlayStation. But I'm glad that Sony is still at least trying. More competition is always good. You get to at least see what people are trying to do, and the more competition there is, the more games that we get. In a weird way, it's almost like fueling things, like through innovation, by building constraints around what they have. And so hopefully it works out in the end, and at least that they can keep it going for us to have new things to like play with. Elder Scrolls 6 when Sag. I'm going to be like a father to like 3 kids, and like I'm gonna have like 4 grandkids by the time Elder Scrolls 6 even releases. Again, I want to remind people here. Todd Howard left to make this. Todd Howard made Starfield and went to make an Indiana Jones game. Okay, an Indiana Jones game.
While you were playing your
He's the one backing this game, or like he's one of the people who like backed it.
Interpret the past.
That's it. To be fair, it looks like a really good game, but I don't think we're ever gonna see Elder Scrolls 6 in our lifetime. But if we do, hopefully it's also not console exclusive. Because again, I find it very difficult to want to get like an entire console just for a single game. Especially with the new strategy that console developers are like having, where the exclusivity is mostly timed, right? Even Final Fantasy VII, the remake, was only available on PS4 for like a number of like years, maybe like 2 years, and then it came to PC eventually. Ghost of Tsushima used to be a full exclusive PlayStation game. Now it's on PC, so we're gonna see these games move over to a PC very soon. It's just money on a table that they're leaving, and when they do, I can't wait for it. I'm glad my grandkids will get to play it though. They're gonna come to you. They're gonna come up to you in your rocking chair and then be all like, Grandpa, look, I found the Argonians. Grandpa, look, I found the cat cheats. Yeah, these games aren't made for us. Chat. This console isn't made for us. These games aren't made for us. They're made for a newer generation. All we have is Test Drive Unlimited Solo Crown. I'm going to see you all in Hong Kong very, very soon. But before that, we need to play some actual games today, okay? As fun as watching these trailers were, and as fun as it was to like chat, I don't want to be known as just a Just Chatting Andy or a React Content Andy, okay? I've tried very hard to build a reputation around here for giving you actual content. That isn't just me drawing hippos and nipples onto ice cream, okay? We're going to be playing an actual game today. Now, as you all know, the way that this goes is that I start a segment, and then I give you a song. I play a song for you, and I see if you like it. And I also play a song to try to set the mood sometimes as well. Sometimes I fail to. Sometimes I choose a bad song to set the mood. But I think this time, I've got quite the banger for you all to listen to, okay? That's going to set the mood for what we're going to play. Also, I've heard that it's kind of hard for people to sort of know what we listen to because it's hard to hear my voice, or maybe they like want to watch and then they want to sync up and they don't really know when to mute and stuff, or they forget and they have to unmute and I don't say anything for like, it's hard to find my voice at a certain spot. It's easier to find something by way of simply just having it on screen. So the song I'm going to be playing you, the name will be on screen in just a moment. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Give me a moment. Oh god, I need to find the tab that has it. Oh jeez. Oh heck. Oh jeez. This is a gaming channel. Exactly. This is a gaming channel. The song I'm going to play for you, which is also very funny because it recently got a color-coded lyrics thing. It's very, very funny. Is "Change the World" by V6. Now this song is legendary. It's the opening theme song to Inuyasha, a favorite anime of mine and my wife's. We really enjoyed the song a lot. We really enjoyed this anime a lot because of how, I don't know, just... This anime formed a generation of people, okay? It was a generational thing. You just had to be there, alright? But when you hear this music, you'll understand why. And it's a perfect song to start our segment, our very next segment, which is Endless Ocean Lunas. Is that it was from Inuyasha. I love that song so much because it feels so upbeat. And then you watch Inuyasha, and immediately the intro is a teenager gets lost in a well, and then witnesses a demon almost get murdered. And it's like it's the craziest whiplash I've ever seen from an anime in my life. Because the intro makes you feel like, oh, there's so much hope, right? And during the intro, while it's playing, you see a dude suck up demons with his hands, and people getting like cut in like half. You like that guy, the black hole? Yes, the black hole in his hand. Yeah, that guy. He's sick. I always felt bad for him because that's his like curse, right? Like he has to like deal with like the like demons now living in his soul. Sup stickers? Sup stickers? Maybe I should call you guys my stickers. But I really enjoy my parasocial parasites. Like that to me is a top tier term. But hello and welcome back. Yeah, I want to play a song in memory of V6. Did you know that the band, or like the boy band, the idol group that like made that song, V6, they disbanded in 2021. I don't know. It's interesting to me that they disbanded, but to be fair, they've been together for like 20 years. And I was actually very curious to see why they disbanded. It's because one of them wanted to go into acting. So it's a very interesting sort of like shift in terms of how they do things. I'm sad to see that because I they've been a part of my childhood, and I'm sad to see them go. But hey, as long as they get to do their own thing, that's fine, right? As long as they're like happy. But we'll never hear another V6 song again. I will say though, the group is they're very surprisingly like they don't do very many things. They really did very little things. But if everything that they did was kind of a banger. That was just one of their earliest well-known bangers. Did I miss the Woody game? No. But very soon though. Why isn't it the Pedro song? I had no clue about the Pedro meme until my friend told me about it. My wife recorded this video on her phone using the filter for my dog, and I was like, okay, I don't know what this means, but I like that my dog is bobbing her like head. So I used it for the stream. And then my friend explained to me, no, dude, it's a whole thing on like TikTok. It's a whole trend. And I was like, oh, now I get it. So, but yeah, the Woody game will either be today, end of the stream, or tomorrow. But it's guaranteed today or tomorrow. And tomorrow, either way, if we start today, we'll be finishing it tomorrow as well. Because it's not that long and we're at a pretty good spot. You don't remember why the voices in your head thing started. But you do like to say voice number 3. Exactly. You're all my many voices, okay? Everyone choose your voices. Everyone choose your voice number, okay? You sound like you're on a podcast, so podcast 1. I mean, this is technically a podcast, right? The Just Chatting segment that you missed a whole lot of things, chat. I'm telling you right now. Chat, try this right now. Open up Paint. Try to draw a hippo from memory. From memory, try to draw a hippo, okay? Save that image. Well, I'm going to make a Discord server sometime this week. Like, actually, I'm going to make a Discord server sometime this week because I have some plans for what to do with it now. And I know how to manage it now. And through experiments, it's been working well. So be ready because I'm going to ask you to post your hippo photos, your hippo pictures very, very soon. Okay? So we can all compare hippos. But just, you know, it's going to be interesting. Damn, your FOMO is so hard right now. But yeah, this is basically a podcast with how we do things. There will be more interesting, more podcasty segments soon, but they're not just podcasts where I talk about nothing. They're going to be interesting segments where I talk about things, topics, like books, mainly around reading. But again, sorry, it took a while to do things. I was busy with like work. But now, I mean, we have time to really settle on things now. So, no, but you miss lolling over Kinder Surprise, Hippo chocolates, and computer science talk. Not Counter-Strike talk. Computer science. Yeah. Ain't no way. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that song. It's gonna fit the mood for what we're going to go into, which is a little game called Endless Ocean Luminous.